Welcome to the Stephen and Michael Show, the only show on the internet where the boys are always back in town. But that's all only because we never leave our houses.
I'm afraid of the outside.
We're just kind of like hermits, but we let ourselves exist on the internet.
Bugs scare me, so I hide in the house away from them. But sometimes they touch the window, and I hide under the bed.
I live in a frozen wasteland in the north, except everything's melting now, and it's horrible. Spring is awful here.
Sometimes I hear things outside. They're crawling on the window.
I only drink my own piss because it's sterile and I like the taste.
Human beings scare me. I saw it in a movie that they go around raping and killing everyone, so I just hide in my house.
Mm.
No, but seriously, that's not making fun of people with agoraphobia.
Well, at least I can check it off my bucket list.
I was gonna say, are we starting the triggering already?
Ew, no.
Oh my god, that's just awful. But
I actually don't even know what that is.
So
It's super cringy, that's what it is.
We'll get into that. But so I'm Steven.
And I'm Michael.
And I'm Alex.
Actually, he's show. It's the Stephen and Michael show. So
yeah, I forgot.
Steven, there's Michael, and then there's show.
I'm Show. They usually
I
don't
didn't
let
know
me
you were
on.
Chinese.
Korean, actually. Jeez.
Showing up.
Okay. All right. So Michael, why don't you explain what's going on?
So tonight, we're having a very special episode. Steven's gonna get fucking drunk as shit, play Mario, and answer a bunch of retarded questions. It's gonna be emotionally moving. This is gonna win us the Emmy that we got snubbed for the cryptid fucking episode.
Yeah. I like to call this, I have completely given up on life and am willing to live my life as a half person.
I mean, I call that Thursday, but
Well, it's Monday, but
yeah.
Thursday.
I'm opening my first
I call
beer.
that Tuesday afternoon.
All right. And so, as you said, I'm going to be playing some video games on a really shitty knockoff capture card from the early 2000s.
Well, that's the only way to do it.
All right, Michael, click my my thing so it'll stay up on the screen.
All right. Wait. I'll click your thing.
Yeah, so it'll stay up on the
thing.
screen.
Okay, hold on. I actually got a couple of questions.
I have two.
All right.
I have
Okay.
two
So,
questions.
All right. Our
All right.
first question.
what game should I start with? I got some Wii. I got some Wii games right here. Which should I start with?
Busby 3D.
You have
Only.
Bubsy 3D?
No, I do not. Thank God. But I'll start off with some F-Zero X because that'll look absolutely terrible on this capture card.
I give that an F0 out of 10.
Mm.
Hey.
You will need the classic controller.
So wait, should I ask the questions now or do I need to save them?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, start.
All right. The first question is from our friend. He says, "What kind of questions should I ask you?"
Deep personal questions that will reach into the inner demons of our souls and bring it forth for the public to see.
And make him want to drink more.
All
Drink
right.
to forget. You mean?
I drink to forget all the time, but I can't run away from my demons.
Oh God, I bet this looks absolutely horrible.
It does. But, you know, that's life, right? We're looking through the eyes of a drunk man. This is what it's going to look like to you in a couple hours.
Well, it looks bad now, but imagine his perspective when he's drunk later. It'll just be a mess.
It's going to be messier
the
than
plan.
sloppy Joe night at a fat guy's house.
That's Wednesday night.
So Tuesday night.
Oh.
That reminds me of how, like, all the
All
time...
right. So you got any more questions?
All the time when I'm hanging out with Tierney, I always, like, do a fucking Peter Griffin voice and tell her some stupid joke So it's like a Family Guy cutaway, and then I just like describe exactly what I described the cutaway was. Like I'll be like, "Hey Lois, you remember that time when I piloted the Titanic?" And then it's just like, "Hi, I'm Peter Griffin. I'm piloting the Titanic." That's just what I do.
That's exactly how their things go half the time.
Or like, "Hey Lois, remember that time I plucked a chicken?" And it's like, "Hey, it's me, Peter Griffin, plucking a chicken."
That's pretty much how half those go.
It is. It is.
It's sad because that's true.
Shows definitely lost its touch from the early few seasons.
It's sad because I really
First couple
do
seasons were
like
good.
some Family Guy. Like there are some really great episodes, especially the musical ones.
Yeah, although I've always considered I've always preferred American Dad to Family Guy.
I'd say American Dad
Oh,
is
yes.
just American Dad is definitely a better show overall, but I think that Family Guy just has like Family Guy has better like singular episodes, but American Dad is just better written overall. It doesn't have like the abysmal lows and the incredible highs Family Guy does. It's just consistently great.
I can pick up one or two episodes of American Dad. Like, do you remember that episode where he joined the gay Republican Party?
Oh, is that the one where he puts on that Abe Lincoln play?
Yeah, he puts
Yeah.
he puts
Yeah, I
on
love that episode. That episode is great.
Lincoln Lover. It's honestly one of the best episodes the show has produced. And also it's really interesting because like in the early season they made a joke about gay being a choice, but then that episode says no, it's not a choice.
You
Which
know
I
what
thought
one of my other favorite episodes was? It's the one where like one of his gay neighbor's dads comes around and Stan is just trying to change him.
oh yeah, he's like it's Terry and it's like Terry's father who's a big football player.
And he's like he doesn't like his gay son at all.
I do kind of remember that one.
That one was
Like,
actually really good. I like how in the ending he doesn't actually change the guy's mind and he just learns that some people just can't change or whatever. I thought that was kind of it's a really like harsh but also a necessary like thing to say.
right. I mean, of
Yeah,
course,
Yes, that's
there's
true.
Roger. Roger's a standout for like the whole series.
yeah, Roger's a much better character than Brian, I have to say.
Well, is he really the Brian
Yeah.
equivalent? He's
All
more
right,
like the
so,
Stewie equivalent.
He's the Brian. He's the Brian.
Yeah, actually.
We actually have another
Oh,
question. I
okay.
was just trying to
Brian.
space it out. I don't want to like blow our whole load all at once.
I mean, it's steak and blowjob day. That's kind of the point.
Yep, that's what I named this episode. Steven and Michael and Alex and steak and blowjobs and pie.
Oh, we're all actually yeah, all together enjoying that.
All right, so
It's sad because I'm not
you got
gonna
another
get
question?
steak or blowjobs tonight, or pie. Such is life. All right, but we have another question, and by the way, I'm answering these questions myself on my blog, but I'm also letting you answer them for the world. Here is a question from Anonymous. They said, "What would you like turned into Pokemon in Sun and Moon?"
What thing would I love to see as a Pokemon?
A Digimon.
A flaccid penis.
That's a good question. Fruit-based
Another bat.
Pokemon, like coconut, like a coconut Pokemon, like an actual coconut.
Coconut Fred.
Yeah,
Oh my
good
God!
name.
Don't mention that.
I want to see like
I'm kidding. No, I don't want.
I want to see like a
I wanna see a
Bonzi
coconut
buddy
Pokemon.
type
No,
Pokemon.
I want to see a fucking earthworm. I've been waiting 7 generations for a goddamn earthworm.
Let's see. I'd like to see
Yeah.
a proper what was I thinking? Shit. I forgot.
Shit. Yeah, that's a
A shit?
man. I like the poop emoji.
No.
A toilet Pokemon. Yeah, Rotom toilet mode. It's one of those
Nice.
toilets
what kind of
water that
Pokemon?
shoots water into your ass.
I'd like to see a proper fly. Like a
I would
bloat
love to
fly
see
or
that
something.
too. Like a
more
house
like
fly?
Like a
like
flying
insects?
poison. Make it, yeah, like more like a bot fly. Make it flying poison,
Has there been like a Venus flytrap kind of Pokemon? I know there was that like
Yes.
Carnivine.
yeah, and I guess what was it? Victreebel? It wasn't a Venus flytrap,
Yeah,
but it was
Victory
like a
Bell was
carnivorous plant.
another carnivorous plant, but I have to see like a proper fly, like a float fly.
Hmm.
I remember there was actually like a leaked a supposed leaked list of what the Pokemon would be, and there was some interesting stuff. Like there was actually going to be a fruit fly. There's going to be a corn Pokemon. There's going to be a Dragon Eevee. There's going to be a like.
That's probably fake.
I know. I'm so
That's
sad.
fake as hell.
Probably. I saw that one that was like
I would like to see a fruit fly though.
There's like Pokemon based on like cold fusion and shit. Pokemon based on
Yeah, that'd be
viruses.
great.
I wish it was real.
hmm.
Let's see, have we gotten any more questions?
I do have two questions, but I'm thinking I should save them. Maybe not.
All right, so I'll ask a question and I'll answer it myself. Do
Hmm.
any of you have any or have had any reoccurring dreams?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I did back in high school. Around that time, I used to have this dream where it was fucking scary because I would wake up in my dream. I would be in my bed, and it's like the room would just get really dark, and then like, or I would pull the blanket onto me, but then the blanket would tug back, and I'd get pulled off the bed and just fall into a void.
I've had something like that
Or
before,
get
but
There was a couple of times I actually got dragged under the bed, and there's this weird, like, pale gremlin creature with a lot of teeth that ate me.
hmm. I've occasionally had some repeated dreams of where you dream that you've woken up and are going through like the steps of your day, and so you're sort of like, oh, I'm getting up, I'm doing stuff, and then you look at your clock and you're like, fuck, I overslept. But you could, and they're also tired because you're like, but I already did everything today. That's just ugh. No, that way I thought Steven was going to
Yeah,
answer this question.
yeah, I'm going to answer it too. Back when I was younger, I had a dream a lot that was really weird. This is back when I was like 10, around the time, or back when I was 8, probably. Back when the Nintendo 64 was still a big thing, and I had this really interesting dream where I was in Blockbuster,
Gee,
and
you're dating yourself.
yes, yes, I am. But I was in Blockbuster, and I remember like each time in the dream, I would rent a
Why,
game for the
why
Nintendo
does
64,
Kirby have like
and
pink a pink blob of jelly on his head?
or one of the partners.
Oh, Kirby's got a partner. I didn't know he rolled that way.
I thought he was still
Anyways,
I thought it was Meta Knight.
uh,
Blockbuster. You were in
anyways, I
Blockbuster.
would I was in Blockbuster, and each time in the dream, I would rent this game, and each time it was the same thing. I don't know what the game was called, but the cartridge had a picture of a parakeet on it. And it's not a real game. It was just an actual picture of a parakeet.
It sounds kind of like some sort of like
And
alternate universe where
after
JonTron is a video game.
Hmm.
long before JonTron. But I would rent this game, and then I'd walk home, and a bunch of people would be outside my house spinning around talking about how the tornado is coming. That's what happened every time they talk about the tornado's coming. The tornado's coming, and they were very happy about it.
Well, I mean, they got to see Bill Paxton.
And
Oh, guys, I hate to, but I have some hilarious
and
news.
that was the dream. That was the dream, basically, though, and it happened a few times.
I have some hilarious news.
Mm.
What?
It actually is hilarious. Will Quig, the Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan, is now backing Hillary Clinton's presidential bid?
Just,
That's legitimately hilarious.
This presidential election is just an absolute shit show. I give up.
I was gonna say
It truly is.
your country just sounds kind of like fucked at this point.
Yeah. Oh, but hey, we got another question. This one is from Quills in Fantasy. They asked, "What would you name a corn Pokemon, though?" That's in regards to that corn Pokemon that's probably fake that I told you about.
Um, what's the Aboriginal word for corn?
I'd obviously
I
name
name
it
it
Orville.
Poprin.
I would name it Orville.
Orville. I call it Popron.
Orville
It
Redenbacher.
sounds like popcorn.
Little wordy, but you know.
Mazor.
Mazor. That's funny.
Oh man, I actually got two more questions and they're both pretty good, but let's keep talking about corn for a minute here. Are there any like Native American tribes indigenous to like Iowa or something?
Hmm.
What's the Native American word for corn? Oh, isn't it like maize or something?
It's maize.
I could
Yeah.
name it if it was a female, I could name it Maisie, like that fucking cartoon mouse.
You're gonna have to specify in cartoon mouses here.
It's the girl cartoon mouse, 'cause the boy cartoon mouse is Stuart Little.
You mean the country mouse and city mouse?
No, I'm talking about the pimp mouse and the hoe mouse.
Ah, okay.
Stuart Little is the pimp king, and Maisie was one of his hoes.
Yeah,
Pimped
that's
it out, daddy.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Jerry had to get some pussy somehow. No one wanted to go with him after all that animal abuse.
right.
All right, but that's enough of this bullshit. Here's the next question from Anonymous, and
I'm.
this one's a doozy.
Oh
What
shit.
did? Huh? Wait, what were you saying?
I said oh shit because I died.
Oh, well, here's a good question. What is the best hentai you've ever seen? That's from Anonymous.
Best
The best
hentai.
hentai I've ever seen.
Tell us what you stroked your wiener
I'm not
to.
going to answer that. I'm not going to answer that because that'd give away my fetish.
I mean, he's just gonna say Black Bible, and it's like we're gonna judge him for that.
Come on, everyone knows that the best hentai
It's
is
definitely
Boku
not
no
Black Bible.
Pico.
It's definitely.
Greatest hentai ever.
You get
I
out
gave
of here. You come
okay.
into you come into my house.
Okay, I'm not serious. Like that's just a meme. I'm sorry for using a meme on this show. We're better than this.
Are we though, or really?
Uh, I'm not going, but I'm not going to answer because that would give away my fetish, and that's not something I'm willing to do. Because
Mm.
once you tell somebody your fetish, they know, and they can't unknow.
I
It's
guess.
probably just like Common Rider, but like with like Rule 34 behind it.
That would be hilarious. No, actually, no. They did that with they did something like that with what do they call those animals, Tangas or something? That one brand that
Ona
they
holes or
advertised
something.
on 4chan a lot. Yeah, but I mean, it was a certain brand. I think it was called Tanga or something like that.
Oh,
But
like oh no.
they did a parody thing on like they had something in Japan called National Masturbation Day. I think it had something to do with like the name of the day sounds like what they use for masturbation or something like that. I forget the name of the date or something.
Oh yeah.
And they had somebody released a parody film called Tenga Man, and it had a guy putting an animal on him and transforming into a hero. That was hilarious. It was just like a fake trailer, but it was so damn funny.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is Tenga.
Yeah, but Tenga Man, see if you can find that trailer because that's just fucking hilarious. I recommend watching that.
So you still won't tell us what the weirdest one is.
Oh boy,
The weirdest one I've watched? No.
we got so many more questions.
But a man shouldn't reveal his fetish. Keep some cards. Don't put them all on the table.
All right. Our next question.
Reveal my fetish.
Since Steven is being a wiener and won't reveal his fetishes to the entire internet, I guess I'm going to have to ask the next question. This is from a little blog called and he asks, "What is love?" And the answer is obviously
Baby, don't hurt me, don't hurt me.
Or what is love? A battlefield. What is love? All you need. What is love? I don't know. I'm running out of songs.
Baby, don't hurt me no more.
We already did that one.
What is love? Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to keep doing it. I don't care.
He's just gonna start playing it in the background.
I'll play it in the background.
I
I friggin' own that on iTunes. I will friggin' play that until I move on to the next question.
What is love? Love is a series of... Is it endorphins? Or it's endorphins, not hormones.
Alright, that's it. Don't you dare bring your
Endorphins.
scientist. I don't want to talk to you, scientists. Y'all motherfuckers lying and getting me pissed. It's one of the
Well, you see, when a mommy and a daddy love each other very much, the daddy sticks his penis into the mommy's vagina and shoots out a white milk into... Did y'all see that from the Deadpool thing?
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is a beautiful man. Okay, I'm gonna play the song and it's probably gonna sound terrible, but...
Play a MIDI version.
It's the perfect score to this question.
Yeah, but we might have to sing over this, otherwise we're just gonna get this video banned.
Yeah,
come on, I didn't get booted off of
Yeah, we
YouTube
don't
for
wanna
the
get in
Judge
trouble.
Judy porn. This won't do it either.
Yeah, but they got the content ID flags or whatever.
Actually, that would be
Alright.
a good topic to discuss. The state of affairs of YouTube.
They just
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
where's the fair use?
This is fair use. We're parodying it somehow.
Love is when a man sticks
What
his
is
penis in a
love?
woman.
Love
But
is
it's
wanting to. Love is wanting to fuck cartoon characters.
I think we can all agree on that.
Every day of every day.
Love is
Yeah,
wanting to fuck the entire cast of
You say-
Zootopia.
I mean, that's why he's playing Kirby
Now,
right
hey
now. He's
now,
thinking
what
about
kind
it.
Love is smearing an entire jar of queso on your chest.
Mm.
And then eating chips.
You do queso, I just do mayonnaise. I just use mayonnaise and use that for tuna fish salad.
Whoa, 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 relax. Calm down. Jeez, you're scaring me. You're intimidating me with your mayonnaise, your chest mayonnaise.
Just drop a glob of mayonnaise on my chest.
Love is wanting to...
All right. Well,
What
let's
is
move
involved
on
with-
to the next question because this is about to make me vomit. All
Don't you
right.
Hey, if the cryptid shit...
Don't use salsa.
that shit didn't make you vomit. Don't use salsa. Love how you just so plainly said that.
All right, the next question is from a stranger. I've never heard of this guy. His name is 172, and he asks, "Who are the best Let's Players out there?" None of them.
Let's players, I don't know, who's a good one?
I mean, I enjoy a
Proton
few.
John's not bad.
I mean,
Proton John's not terrible.
Game Grumps used to be good.
I mean, Dan is still great.
Yeah, Dan is still
He
good.
used to be.
I've enjoyed Funhouse a lot. Funhouse is the group is good.
You know, I tried doing. tried doing that once. I never finished my game, but
I wish I knew any Let's Players, but I honestly don't give enough of a shit.
Well, I mean, you know, like people like Markiplier.
Oh, well, oh yeah, Markiplier,
I
I
don't
love
consider
him.
him a let's.
No,
I don't consider
kinda.
him a let's player.
What, doesn't he plays video games and makes funny faces over them. Like, how is that not a Let's Player?
Yeah, that's what people think let's playing is all about. Yeah.
Oh,
I if you have a face camera, I do not consider you a let's player. 'Cause I don't want to see your goddamn face. I want to see the goddamn game.
well, you don't want to see any sexy men while they play video games? You gay lord. What
Not
kind of...
particularly.
You're gay if you don't want to
Particularly,
see
no.
sexy men while they play video games. That's how gay you are.
You're gay if you wouldn't let a woman. You're gay if you wouldn't let a woman shove her dick in your. Oh, when did Porky get in here?
Is that a quote from Porky?
There's nothing gay about letting a woman stick her big cock in your mouth. That's probably a quote from Porky.
I think that's actually a direct quote.
I definitely seen something like that.
All right, we got another
But that's not a
question over
direct
here.
quote.
This one's a doozy.
All right.
Anonymous asks, what is the worst TV show you have ever watched at length? At least 7 episodes.
At least 7.
At least.
Shit.
I think I saw at least 7 episodes of Teen Titans Go. It was a marathon on.
Probably like Johnny
Terrible show that I've watched at least.
when I had to like babysit.
Yeah, that's a good
person's
one.
kid.
Teen Titans Go, maybe Modern Family Guy.
Yeah, Modern Family Guy. Yeah, that's a terrible show. I have several terrible shows I could say, but I haven't watched them at length.
Well, I'll go for it.
It's like if a show's terrible, you usually don't give it more than like 3 episodes. I feel like giving it at least 7 is a little bit too much. Like, I usually stop if a show really sucks. I usually stop watching after like maybe 3, 4. Hell, I'll stop watching after 2.
I'll usually, if I hear like something that the show gets like real better down the line, I'll think, okay, maybe I'll stick with you. But usually, if it doesn't get better pretty quick, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch anymore. But shows that I've just stopped watching after like 1 or 2.
I would say there's a few shows that are good to start with, and then they just get bad, like Sword Art Online.
It's more like Sword Fart Online.
There's that one which I think is it Seth MacFarlane working at like Border Town or something.
Oh God, Border Town! Jesus Christ, that looks terrible.
It's like his attempt to like partially rip off Bob's Burgers, but featuring none of the charm. It was like Seth MacFarlane's like one of his newer projects called Border Town.
Well, he's not working on the show itself. He's like the producer.
Okay, then yeah, maybe he doesn't
executive producer on it.
You know, I just don't understand Seth MacFarlane. He's like a very talented guy.
But the show is
he's
very.
Not a terrible.
Looking at it, it just looks so offensive. Like, how did they get away with that?
I mean,
do you remember? Do you remember that joke from American Dad where Steve and Stan go to Mexico?
I think.
What was it,
Michael? Do you remember that episode of American Dad where Steve and Stan go to Mexico?
I might.
Do you remember that episode?
I think it was called like Toy Hory.
So that they can get Steve. Yeah, so you can get, and then there's a scene where everybody's throwing up in the street, and then a street vendor cleans it up, puts it in a cart, and sells it as horchata.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
That's pretty much Border Town. Border Town is that entire joke made into a show.
Oh my god. It's like, hey Lois, remember that time we ripped off a one-note joke from an episode of American Dad and made it into a TV series?
The worst thing about it is, I think it's like attempting to copy Bob's Burgers, but in a way that features none of the good voice acting or charm or the fun characters that make Bob's Burgers enjoyable to watch. And they just said, Bob's Burgers, something about family.
It's Roberto's Hamburguesas.
The best I could tell, it was like two families, one Mexican and one not Mexican.
Welcome to Roberto's Hamburguesas. How can I help you?
Right. It's basically like the white family is supposed to be the poor, trashy family, while the Mexican family is actually doing well off. Because the guy owns his own business.
Someone is trying to. You're so sucking at it.
Yeah, it's set up where it could possibly be a good show, but they're just being really offensive about it. They're just trying too hard to offend. Shock value.
I just don't get it. Seth MacFarlane is he's not a person who's incapable of being funny. Like, early Family Guy is good. Ted and A Million Ways to Die in the West were pretty good. Like, American Dad, we've been, like, jizzing over. But, like, he just keeps doing shit like this. What the fuck?
Well, that's like,
I could tell you an absolutely horrible show, but we've already talked about it before.
Now let's go over it.
And Mr. Enter talked about it too. Michael knows what I'm talking about. No, King Star King.
Oh shit! Yeah, I remember that fucking shit. I remember I'm reviewing it. I've never seen that show because I don't watch too much Adult Swim.
Wait,
I watched the first episode and I regret doing it.
Did that Gen Z show ever actually come out, or was there just a pilot at one point?
That reminds me. What the fuck ever happened to Gen Z? I hope it got canceled.
Like, there was I think a 2 or 3 minute pilot thing. And it was like, look at us, we're so special, and then it just disappeared.
Good riddance to bad garbage, if you ask me.
True.
All right, I finished my first beer. I'll be right back. I gotta give you another beer.
Right. Let's pick the game you'll play next. Paper Mario.
Paper Mario and the 1,000 Whores. I need to play Paper Mario.
You really should. Definitely, if you can, get on playing at least the first two Paper Marios, Paper Mario and then Paper Mario the 1,000-Year Door. 1,000-Year Door is one of the most fun things that I've ever played for a Mario game. And it actually gives him personality.
Speaking of Mario, there's question mark boxes in Mario, and we just got another question in my box. It was a very awkward transition, but so let's wait for Steven to get back.
All right, I'm back.
You're back? Oh, wow. Because you just got another question from Anonymous. Anonymous asks...
some beer than answer.
Okay, I had to clear my throat for this one. Anonymous asks, how much drinking has Steven done yet? Because if nothing, then he should start drinking with a question mark.
Do they mean to say
I just started my second beer.
Second beer, you hear that, Anonymous? On beer number 2. Number 2.
I can actually chug a beer really quick. I can actually drink a beer real quick. I'm just
Number
going to do that right now.
2.
You can stop doing that.
Number 2.
How much beer could a Steven glug glug if Steven could glug lots of beer? Jesus, there's Dr. Wiley. Holy shit.
Fuck.
I've drinking several beers. Several.
He's drunk like 12 years, guys. Give him a break. He's going as fast as he can.
I've had a few pitchers worth in one night before.
Lois, remember the time we drank 20 packs of beer in one night?
That was a Family Guy joke. That was the piano
Drinking 20
episode.
packs of beer in one night.
Alright, we'll watch you play Mega Man.
Fight Butt Plug Man.
Mega Man?
No, I'm going to start with Concrete Man.
Play Mega Man. Come on, play something good. While we wait for all these
Mega Man
questions
is
to
good.
roll.
I've got a question.
Yep.
All right, Steven.
All right.
With the 7 Star Wars films out now,
all right, go ahead.
will you rate them from worst to best? Just the 7 theatrical release films, not counting the animated film or series. Yes, that's how you say.
All right, worst to best. I just say the series.
What?
Let's see, worst to best. Worst, I'll have to put number 2.
Yep.
Same here.
After number 2, I'd have to put number 5.
What?
That one I just didn't like it.
You didn't like
I
The
didn't like the
Empire
pacing
Strikes
of it.
Back?
I didn't like the pacing of it.
Oh my god.
Oh.
That's it. Can I even be friends with you anymore after that?
I was gonna say you're gonna be a bit conflicted with
Yeah, I'd have-
me and
I'd
Michael.
have-
I thought what we had was special.
I'd have to go with after that. I'd have to go with number 3. Then number 1, then number 3, then 4, then 6. No wait, 7, then 6.
You think that Return of the Jedi is the best?
I mean, I like Return of the
Personally,
Jedi.
yes.
That's one bad
To each
one
their
you
own,
get
man.
out there.
Actually, if you want to talk about borked pacing, I'd say 6 is like I enjoy 6, but the pacing of 6 is really weird. Like you spend like the first 30 minutes like the exciting Jabba's palace, and then you have like a weird like dead zone of the film for the next like 40 minutes.
All right. Yeah, now that
You must be
said that, okay, I'll put
already.
6 before 7.
6 is better than 5 and better paced at that. I've been saying for months, maybe even a year. 6
These are
just
just my
very poorly.
opinions.
6 is just a very disjointed.
God damn it, I'm so terrible at this. I cannot play Mega Man for the life of me. I'm just so terrible at it.
I mean, I like 6 in all honesty. I really do. I love the green lightsaber. I love the Jabba's palace scene. The final lightsaber fight with Vader is one of my personal favorites because it just has like the fight with Vader in 5 is extraordinary and incredible, but 6 has this different weight to it. It has this different like feeling to it. Now that it is a father-son confrontation.
Well, I'll give Steven at least a little credit, though. At least he doesn't hate Episode 7 like everyone else seems to.
People hate Episode 7? Really?
This is just off the top of my head. If I actually sat down, my list would probably be different, way different.
It's like, yeah, people just have been
This is
given
on-
episode. I see most of the time when I see Episode 7 on my dashboard, it's some sort of discourse. It's
Well, I mean-
like either people
They mainly complain
people
about.
shipping Rey
God
up,
damn it!
people complaining about Rey, or people blah, 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 blah. I don't give a shit. I want to watch people blow stuff up in space. Shut the fuck up!
All right. Well, wait. Let's go then, Michael. What's your list from the seven films of the not now G canon?
Oh, and am I listing them now?
Yeah, sure. Let's go through each of us.
From worst to best?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'd probably say like 2, 2, 1.
Yeah, yes, if we can.
Let's see. 2, 1, 6, 3, 4, 5. No, sorry. 6. Okay. 2. Episode 2 is obviously the worst. Everyone agrees that.
I mean, I hate sand, so.
Episode 1, it's a little bit better. Still kind of weird. Kind of doesn't really add too much.
It's funny. I feel like episode 1 is actually the one that feels the most like episode 4 in terms of like being kind of segmented clearly into parts that you can say part this, part that, the next part.
Let's see. Episode 6, I like it. It's just out of most of them, it's just not one of my favorites. Episode 3, I really like.
Metroid isn't.
People give it way too much
the
shit.
galaxy is at peace.
Episode 4, it started all. I like it. Episode 7, it's a great way to start the new trilogy. And then Episode 5, obviously, I hate being cliche like that, but as a little kid when I watched that, it just had all my favorite scenes in it.
All right.
The Battle of Hoth.
All right.
When I was a little kid, that was just the fucking coolest thing I'd ever seen.
Oh. Battle of Hoth is great. I mean, not have the Battle of Hoth.
The Cloud City, Lando and his fucking cape, Boba Fett. He's the shit.
The Boba Fett where he actually does stuff like figuring out that Han would escape through the garbage and then follows him.
Well, he still doesn't really do much. He just kind of stands there and looks pretty.
Yeah, but I mean, at least there he was the reason why they tracked them to Cloud City and the whole confrontation following that.
Cloud City, Cloud Titties.
And that's probably like embroidered in Lando's room. Alright, I guess it's my turn. It's my turn for my list now. So from worst to best. Alright, the worst is, as we've all said so far, episode 2. Like, it really... Ugh. Next is episode 1. I also think it's a little bit better. It's a little more watchable. The next one after episode 3. I like episode 3, in all fairness, I actually do. But then episode 6 of the originals, I think it is, the weakest. And then, let's see, I'm kind of stuck on here. I think, 7, and then 4, and then 5.
That sounds about right. That sounds fair.
Because I definitely did enjoy 7, but I'll look back in 4 and then at 5, and I remember why I just love them so much. All right. Well, I'm done. That's one question to write down.
Do you have like a whole list
All
prepared?
right, Michael, you got more
I
questions?
have 2. I have 2.
Do I have more questions?
Yeah.
Not yet. I'm gonna ask more.
I mean, I have 2 questions, so that was 1. There we go.
All right.
Has this all just been cutscenes so far? Oh, there we go.
Yes, it literally has.
I was gonna say I was watching.
And just cutscene.
So,
Well, since I started up Super Metroid, what do y'all think of Federation Force?
It's okay. Doesn't seem like anything I'd be super interested in, but it's harmless.
it looks like they took that Nintendo Land game that was like pretty fun by itself as just being part of a small little mini game of Nintendo Land, but said, hey, it's a whole Metroid game now. And I'm kind of like, oh, okay, that seems odd. Like Nintendo Land's pretty fun, and that Metroid.
I feel like it would be better. I feel it'd be better if they just said it was a spin-off game instead of trying to make it the next installment.
I mean, it probably won't be as bad as Other M, but
No. Actually, to be fair, I actually do kind of like Other M.
gameplay or story?
I don't think it is both.
There goes Ridley.
I don't.
There he is.
I'm not going to say it's a shining achievement in. I'm not going to say it's a shining achievement in writing by any means. No, but it's not as horrible as people say it is.
I mean, remember me?
Who?
Yeah, true.
So wait, should I link people to like the YouTube page so that they can ask questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. That'll work.
I don't know. Other.
Oh boy, time to escape.
Escape. Actually, of the Metroidvania games, do you prefer like the more Metroidy part of it or the more Vania parts of it?
Well, Metroidvania, the term itself comes from the fact that that Castlevania game was very similar to Super Metroid, so it's not a Vania Metroid kind of thing. It's not a mix of the two games, no. What the term means is like this style of game, this kind of adventure with the map and such, with this kind of like 2D platforming game with a sprawling map with secret rooms and all this such stuff.
I love Metroidvania. It's probably one of my favorite kind of genres. I like those action platformers, open exploration elements.
Yeah, that's what the genre is, because it got named so because of this game and that Castlevania game on the PlayStation. I forget which one it was.
I think Symphony of the Night. I think.
Yeah, Symphony of the Night. What is a man?
A miserable little pile of meat.
But enough talk. How about you?
I like memorized the entire opening dialogue of that game.
I'd say Metroid probably is more about like the tighter, like these more sort of like confining environments, and so there's less of a.
Like, it's a really close call, but I think I like Super Metroid just like a hair more than Symphony.
And that's fair.
It's not like
it's not like
by a huge
margin. Like the loading and.
It's not like by a huge margin or anything. I just feel like I almost feel like Super Metroid is just more like exploratory and also a little more streamlined because it doesn't have like 800 million bosses.
I feel like Super Metroid is more accessible game. It's more accessible game.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Actually, I've been meaning to go back and play through the old Metroid Prime games.
I still haven't.
Oh, I bought that. I bought
the trilogy
on the Wii U.
I need to. I have a copy of Metroid Prime 3, but I need to buy the virtual ones. Of course, there's also like the.
It's
the
only
boxes.
$20 on the Wii U.
Yeah. There's of course. Do you remember?
Yeah, the box is nice and all, but
like they had boxes for like the Wii, but like the boxes now sell for like ludicrous prices.
They always do.
Luda.
Oh yeah, boxes. The prices for boxes are way more than what the game is. For a lot of games, it's ridiculous.
Actually,
it's like I can tell you the difference between between a box copy of something like Mario Party 5 and just the disc itself.
I remember
ridiculous.
I remember reading back in the day that the cardboard insert from the Earthbound box goes for like $100.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Earthbound.
I know, it's insane. This is the shit we threw away. People threw away boxes back then. I believe Angry Video Game Nerd said that best. When he talked about people just threw away the boxes and the manuals and stuff because they thought it was just trash. Well, not the manuals, but they threw away the boxes. Yeah. They thought it was just trash. They think it would become valuable one day.
That's their fault.
They just didn't have the hindsight for that. They didn't think that these video games would be of any kind of real value later.
Maybe they should have used their future sight.
I was gonna say people just have like a lot of nostalgia for Earthbound though, so.
And now you can buy it for like $10 on the virtual console, so no point in spending $100.
I mean,
yeah, but
it's a really good game.
I
It
wouldn't
is a
say
really good game.
I would not say it's $100.
no, I think the price there is more for the nostalgia than anything else.
No, I wouldn't pay $100 for Earthbound. Not even out of nostalgia.
No. No, neither would I.
No, I would definitely
Especially
not.
when I can pay $10 for it.
Although I think there was some news somewhere they might eventually be bringing Mother 3.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's a rumor. It's the same person that brought us the rumor about the new Paper Mario, so there may be some legitimacy to that.
Actually, I've not liked the recent Paper Marios.
I have not, and I've discussed that at length on the show, I think. Have I? Or did I discuss that with other people? I don't remember. I've talked that I don't like the new... I definitely do not like the way Color Splash looks. It just looks like Sticker Star 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Oh god, don't even talk about that. That looked terrible. That whole direct was just awful, but like that was...
I disagree with you. I thought it was a pretty decent direct. There was a lot of decent stuff that I actually was interested in.
Maybe it was just because I was having a shitty day, but it was just depressingly bad.
What else is on that direct again?
Maybe that was...
I did like the Pokken tournament, because that looks like a good game.
I miss Pokemon Stadium.
Oh shit, is this breaking news right here?
No.
Neil Patrick Harris
what?
is a star in Netflix's Series of Unfortunate Events as Count Olaf.
Oh, they're doing a show?
Yeah, Neil Patrick Harris is Count Olaf.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
They have me sold already. If anyone could fill Jim Carrey's shoes, it's Neil Patrick Harris.
I kind of hope that...
Oh my god, even better, Patrick Warburton is playing Lemony Snicket.
Okay, this does sound...
Hey, kid. Did you know I'm a cripple? Hey, Peter. I'm in a series of unfortunate events, Peter.
I was to say, you're not going to go with the Venture Brothers?
I have never seen that show in my life.
You are missing out.
Oh, hold on, I'm getting a phone call.
Venture Bros, oh god.
First little bit is a little rocky, but I mean, it definitely gets real fantastic.
Venture Bros?
Yeah. It's basically like...
I saw a few episodes of that when I was younger, but I never really sat down and watched it.
I think you probably have to sit down because there's actually more like a serialized story that goes on.
Yeah, I remember just watching it a little bit when I was younger, and that was it, basically.
It's definitely worth a watch. I think it's very, very funny, and it's been a while. It's also been in like weird sort of like, well, when is season 6 going to come out? Oh, never.
Then it finally did.
We're gonna find him.
The Venture Bros is like if you took Johnny Quest, but then if
Johnny Quest now?
Venture Brothers is essentially a Johnny Quest parody, but if Johnny Quest was like the world's most dysfunctional family and Patrick Warburton was your bodyguard.
Yeah, that show's just...
Some guy said,
I have
hopefully
seen a couple episodes. I know what you're talking about.
events will be a nasty spill down the stairs. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why do you want Neil Patrick Harris to die?
I need to read the rest of the series. I think I read the first 10 books because they all were like released in one set at the time.
Wow, why is everyone acting so negative? Someone said the headline is almost as bad as one of Neil Patrick Harris's jokes at the Oscars. What the fuck is wrong
come
with
on!
you?
He probably won't be that.
What?
He probably
Why
won't be
is it?
that bad. I mean,
This pisses me off so much. People just get no one can be happy about anything anymore. Every time something cool like when I saw that they finally announced that 21 Jump Street Men in Black crossover, I thought, wow, this is so fucking crazy. I hope this is good. Everyone was just saying this is the worst. Sony. I thought the worst thing Sony ever did was greenlight the female Ghostbusters. Then I saw this headline. It has like 500 likes. I fucking hate people on Facebook when they're talking about anything because they're always just so negative.
See, I generally like to take kind of like a reserved, like, that could work. I'm definitely am actually kind of really hopeful for this 23 Jump Street. In part because that's sort of like crazier than anything they came up with in the end credits of 22 Jump Street.
It's like...
Oh, God.
Just...
I'll be right back. I gotta get another beer.
It's just so annoying. I just wish people would just stop being so overly negative.
At the very least, overly like reactionary to everything when that's unnecessary.
It's like, just give it... Don't just jump to these conclusions. Like, holy fuck.
Like Neil Patrick Harris says Count Olaf, like, that actually sounds pretty cool. I'd love to see what he'd do with it, because Count Olaf has always been kind of a funny character, but he's also been a very creepy character.
Yes.
And I think he can pull off that balance, like especially if he went to like Dr. Horrible, but if Dr. Horrible was more sociopathic.
At least some of these people are excited about it. I finally found some people who aren't like.
I didn't really enjoy the film they released for it.
You didn't like it?
I liked some stuff about it. I liked the sort of the aesthetic look of the film. Like the look of the film, I felt fit very well with the series' like tone. But I felt like it was.
All right, I'm back.
All right.
I'll get another beer.
I said the word aesthetic,
Beer
so no
number
one's going to
3.
pay attention to me. I liked a few things. Like I did like the most.
Burn you at the stake.
I'm saying for this. Do you remember the series of unfortunate events movie that came out in like the mid 2000s?
I always liked that.
It wasn't. I didn't like it too much, but it was okay.
Like I felt like Jim Carrey was pretty good. Jim Carrey was pretty good in that. The visuals of the film were really fantastic for the tone of the series. It was weird that they tried to stick 3 books in one movie. Like, yeah, the books are short, but
the books aren't the longest.
No, but like the 3 of them felt very like weirdly put together. And I feel like a television series could definitely benefit from that type of storytelling instead, because then you could do like an episode for the first book, maybe an episode for the second, and like 2 episodes for the third.
I just can't wait.
Break the episodes break the books into a couple episodes each.
Yeah, like some books, like there are like longer books. Like book I think 9 and 10 were both pretty long, so you could break that into like 2 episodes or even 3 if you had to, and just like move from one book to the other book within an episode. But the movie, I don't know. The movie just felt like it was cramming so much into the little time frame, and then it never had any really satisfying conclusion.
Well, yeah, the conclusion was not satisfying.
I
felt that they faithfully adapted the 3 books, the first 3 anyway.
Yeah, I definitely. Well, there was that Netflix.
It was a lot faster than I would have liked.
There was that trailer, but I think it was fake, right? Netflix is doing a series of unfortunate events, but the trailer was revealed to be fake.
Well, it's real this time.
They are doing it now.
And we have another question. Finally. Anonymous asks, have you ever played Monster Hunter?
Yes, actually, yes. I have Monster Hunter 3 for the Wii, and I bought Monster Hunter 4 for the Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate on the 3DS. I haven't played too much of it because Sarah's borrowing it. I never got it back from her. I need to get that back from her sometime. But
How is Monster
yes,
Hunter
I have
3?
played it. It's Monster Hunter 3 is pretty good. I'm not a fan of the water combat that they put in.
Is it in there like a lot of it, or?
And there's some good portions of it that have the water combat. I'm not a fan. I wasn't a fan of that. But it had some good moments. But Monster Hunter is really a game that is not meant for people who are new to video games.
It's meant for pros.
Monster Hunter.
Pros.
Yeah, Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter should definitely not be your first forte into games.
Like more like once you played a few games and you understand sort of concepts of it, then it's like, oh, I'll play this now.
I really should play
Yeah,
Monster
but
Hunter sometime. Then people will stop reblogging that post I made a long time ago and saying I suck at video games.
I was gonna say, actually, I just thought of a question right now. What would be like a good like starter video game or entry video game if you're gonna be playing video games like when you're a kid, like not like too young to not understand them, but like young enough to
Door Little
understand
2
them.
for PS1. That is my answer.
which one?
Good starter video game.
No, what was it?
I'd
What was the
say
game?
the ultimate starter video game. What game was it? Michael, what game did you say?
I said Stuart Little 2 for PS1.
Michael.
God damn it!
That's a good forte into the 3D games. I'd say I agree with Categories on that. It is a simple game that would be a good stepping stone into 3D games for kids. I'd say another good
I'd say pretty much any Mario game.
I was gonna say I'm trying to remember like what
pretty much
games
any Mario
I-
game, yeah.
I'm trying to remember because I'm trying to remember what games I played when I was little because there was like on the
Oh,
PC.
Kirby. Kirby would be a good game too.
On the PC, I always played.
Kirby would be a good starting game.
Do you guys remember 3D Pinball on Windows?
Anything Mario would be good.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
See, that was when I played when I was like really young. But then when I was a little bit older, we had a Nintendo 64. Can't remember what I started with though.
Probably Super Mario 64.
We got that one later. I think before we had that, we had like the first Super Smash Bros. And Donkey Kong 64.
I feel like the Crash
I've got Super Smash
Bandicoot
Bros.
Spyro games would be a good starter game.
I haven't played many Spyro games.
Oh, the Spyro games are great.
Where would you start with those ones?
Start your kids off with
The second one.
No. Demon Souls. No, start your kids off with I Want to Be the Guy. Teach them that life isn't fair from an early age.
Start your kids
You have
off
to teach
with,
them. You teach them the rules of nature.
Start your kids off with Daikatana so that they know that John Romero will make them his bitch.
Start them off with Doom. Then they'll grow up to listen to Marilyn Manson and shoot up their high school. Oh, too soon?
Exactly.
Yeah, this is like definitely like.
1999. I think I'm.
Didn't they make an RPG game about the Columbine massacre? Start them off with that.
Yeah, I
game.
actually hear it's more like an art project kind of thing, but like
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
see,
like,
this.
I'm kind of iffy on playing it because I hear the first half is like a recreation, and not only is that hard to stomach, but like, I mean, you know, I understand it's artistic and I get what they're trying to do, but then the second half of the game, if you do everything right, you go to hell and play Doom. You're literally in a thing of doom and you're shooting demons, and it's like you're giving these two serial killing fuck faces exactly what they wanted. Like, how is that fair? You're like letting the villains basically win. Yeah, they're in hell, but they're living out their dreams.
Oh,
So it's
actually,
kind of fucked up to me.
funny enough, I've received a question now. I don't know if you got it too. Sorry, I was checking.
I probably
Who's
have
it?
several questions.
I've got one from 127,
Yep.
and they said, "What would you say makes MLP such a good show to someone who isn't impressed by it?" This is a question. Who's this a question for? Who can answer this? I know I can answer this, but
Why is MLP such a good
As someone
show?
who is not,
Is that what he's
I'd
asking?
say, as
well, he's
someone,
saying, how would you describe it as being a good show to someone who is not like initially impressed by it?
I don't know. I just say it just has. It's really, aside from the magical ponies, it's a pretty simple slice of life kind of show. It's got good morals. It's got nice characters, and it has very good values. While not, it doesn't talk down to its. It doesn't talk down to the audience while at the same time teaching good values, and I can really appreciate that in the show.
yeah, I agree with that, and I'll add on to say it's a show that is aimed at young children, but does have jokes that parents will get jokes mostly for the parents, and that's a way to make something for everyone to enjoy, and that's a good reason why there's a large adult fan base because they made the show not only with little kids in mind, but as a show anyone can enjoy, and that is a good design way to make a show. I mean, I'm not a fan of the show, but I'm not going to say it's a bad show in any way whatsoever. Because for me to judge a show, I at least have to watch a couple episodes of it, and I did with My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. And I have to say, it's a decent show. I I legitimately enjoyed watching it. It's not something I'd sit down and watch every single episode of it and be a huge fan of, but it's an enjoyable show. And if I was babysitting a child, I'd put it on and enjoy it with them.
Or if
But it's
you
not
were
a show for
babysitting
me, but it's
me,
a good show.
I'd put it on.
But
Okay, for now, if all right. So my answer on this would be, I guess if you're not initially impressed by it, it doesn't like it's gonna take a little bit to go forwards, but definitely the show exhibits a lot of really good writing. Like Michael said, it doesn't talk down to you. It doesn't, say, here is the moral, now eat it. It just says, here's a presentation of a good event that happened, and we're going to do it in a pretty intriguing way. I'd also say things like both the fact that there's a really strong sense of characterization and some really fantastic character arcs which have been written throughout the series and seasons, especially with both Rarity and Rainbow Dash, who have received some of the best arcs for their development and their personalities, is as well as the fact that the art style itself,
oh, that's
I
something.
actually find.
We're getting really analytical here.
Sorry, I'm just a really I'm really into I'm really into analytical.
No, it's no problem. I understand.
Yeah,
I'm really into anal.
I did get what?
and as I will say, the characters feel separate from each other. They feel like their own unique personalities,
Yeah,
and
I'd
not
also say
variations
actually.
of the same personalities as Teen Titans Go is. Which
I'd actually
each character is basically just a variation of the same personality.
yeah.
I
I also
do, I do have another question. We got another couple of questions.
all right.
The first one
Okay.
is from my boy Takashi Zero. He asks, how many erotic Stuart Little fan fictions have you read?
I think you meant to ask written because I think you've written 23.
You got me there. And that's not even including my hit single, Stuart Little, the legendary rap song that took the world by storm.
What about your stories just about the cat as well? Do those count?
Wait, what?
What about what's the cat's name?
As long as it takes,
What do you
as
mean?
long as it takes
The
place
the
in
cat and Stuart the cat and Stuart Little. The is it Snowball?
The cat.
Snowball.
Okay. Oh, you mean Snowbell?
Snowbell, that was it. Yeah, how many stories about him? Like little side stories.
13, I guess.
I mean, those.
Most of them have him fucking his friend Monty.
So who's the top and bottom there?
Oh, come on. With a name like
Who do you
Snowbell, you know that he's the top.
Not the power bottom.
Haha, the top of being bottom. The power bottom. We'll say he's the power button in it. Bottom.
You saw the movie. Monty's a little bitch.
Yeah, but I mean, are you writing canon smut, or is this, your AU smut?
Come on. All my fanfics work with the canon. You don't write a fanfic and have it be non-canon. You don't want to disappoint the fan base. You got to give them what they want. They're not just reading this short little pornography to masturbate. They're reading this because they want it to be quality art. You need to put your heart and soul into that short little porno.
They want to picture it in the actual movie.
They want to see Stort's throbbing erection, but they want it to be logical. They want Stort plowing Margalo, but they want it to have the emotion that the movie gave them. They want that feeling, that raw emotion. They want to see Stort's parents fucking, and they want to see Stort fucking his parents, but they want that emotional bond you got when Stort won the boat race and Stort Little won. You want the intensity it felt when Stort took down James Woods the Falcon in Stort Little 2. You want it when Stort won that soccer game. You want to see him get bukkake by the whole soccer team. That's what writing Stort Little porn is about.
The self-insert.
All right, moving on. We have another question. This one is from Anonymous. They said, "Is there anything worse than a furry?" My response is, yes, you.
Anyone who's into Fuda.
I suppose.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, in reality, it's anyone who's into vor.
Anyone who says the word
vor,
finna.
you're a terrible person.
Anyone who says finna unironically.
Finna?
Yeah, I have no idea what it means. Let's see. Anyone who. Let's see. Unrepentant pedophiles, racists.
I was gonna say it was
anyone who's into
Donald Trump.
Anyone who's into NRT.
And it was into Donald Trump vor.
Donald Trump, people who write Donald
Trump.
Trump
vor is a terrible person. Anyone who's into cuckolding is a terrible person.
Let's see, Anita Sarkeesian. Whoever killed Jesus. Adolf Hitler.
The Zodiac Killer.
Come on, dude. There's a lot of things worse than being a furry. Get your head out of your ass and maybe you'll see them. Like at least good.
One of our best friends on the one of our show regulars is a furry. He's a great guy.
Yeah, and I'm a furry.
I enjoy some furry art from time to time, erotic and non-erotic.
I want to bang several Pokemon and have to cast a Zootopia.
That is, yeah.
Just because you masturbated a few times to some furry porn doesn't make you a furry.
No.
Okay, it's not a few times though. It's like several times a day.
It's like he's got a schedule for it.
Then you're a furry. Then you're a furry.
It's like okay, for this hour it's furry. Next hour.
I wouldn't call myself a furry if I didn't whack it. I have an entire folder of Pokemon porn separated into each individual Pokemon.
That's dedication.
I mean, I haven't jerked off to all of them though.
Are you saving?
It's like 721 masturbations.
I was gonna say we're gonna be looking at some furry porn in Super Smash Bros. Right now once Donkey Kong gets a hold of Link.
What are you playing?
So you've read my fanfiction.
No, he's playing the original one.
Oh. It's even worse.
Melee isn't terrible. It's a good game. It's just horribly dated.
And also,
it has a worse fan base than Steven Universe.
I would say
I
I
would
actually
say
of
that, but
all the Super Smash Bros. Melee is probably my least favorite. I honestly really do
I
love.
mean, I'll say it again. It's a good game. It's just horribly dated.
Frankly, I actually prefer the original Smash Bros. To Melee, so maybe I'm just crazy. I mean, that's
I mean,
entirely a possibility.
why would you even play Melee when you could be playing Super Smash Bros. 4?
True.
Exactly.
Last time I checked, Melee didn't have Shulkin.
That's true.
Or the Wii Fit Trainer.
Or
Oh
Bayonetta.
God, so totally fucks with Wii Fit Trainer. I have porn of the Wii Fit Trainer, by the way.
Bayonetta is not in Melee, therefore Melee is an inferior game.
Very
This is just
true.
a fact.
A scientific fact.
You know, actually, I remember like seeing a while back like jokes about like what if Bayonetta was ever in like the next Smash game. Like, and this was a while back. I saw
Yeah, that
this.
was funny.
No one believes she'd
People were
get
saying
it.
Bayonetta.
She's too sexy.
Right, zero. I think actually Zero Punctuation made a joke about that.
Bayonetta too hot for Smash.
I guess not. Wait, that
Oh,
sounds
stay away
fun.
from that hammer!
Oh my god, that
That's too
hammer
hot.
was so terrible. This game is old.
Well, I mean, you got to remember we're also seeing this through his capture card, so.
Which is the worst capture card ever made. I literally bought this for $3.
I mean, barely.
But I literally bought this for $3. Shit.
Well, I
right.
mean, for
Let's see. Yeah, Zero Punctuation actually joked about in 2013, during his E3 video about Bayonetta being on the Wii U because she had gone Wii U exclusive. And he said, surely the obvious addition would have been Bayonetta. And he says, but I suppose her pole dancing, pubic hair, crotch thrusting might lead to an awkward conversation between Mario and the princess later that night.
I'm sorry about my mic.
Nah, that's fine. But no, like in 2013, he was saying this just as like pure like joke speculation.
I was kind of hoping that, like,
Hey, I'll give you a
Here's what I
Melee
was-
fact, right? I'm sorry. I'll give you an original Smash Bros. Fact right here, is that Sakurai originally planned Marth to be in the original Smash Bros., but they ran out of time for that.
who was it? Bond?
Wasn't
I
what?
thought he was supposed to be in Melee.
Who?
Bond?
James Bond.
No.
He
No,
was gonna
no,
be
no.
Melee.
I'm talking about Marth. They planned for Marth to be in the original Smash Bros. Yeah, Marth. They wanted him to be in the original Smash Bros., but they ran out of time.
So would he basically look like this Polygon Link, but with blue instead?
Wasn't
Pretty
Dee
much,
supposed
probably.
to be in the original too, but they ran out?
Something like that, yeah, I believe.
Okay. And then for a little while.
I really wish, like, you know what? I think I'd like Melee more if Banjo-Kazooie and James Bond had gotten in.
Haha, yeah.
Because then, like,
I think that's just...
like
You know
James,
what is a weird one?
I actually almost voted for James Bond on the Smash ballot, even though it was like the longest shot possible.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I mean, you
This is
couldn't
the-
get any of that.
Here's the thing, like with the fact that it was Solid Snake in the Smash games, but it's like different bits of Snake and also Big Boss apparently, like for the model.
Oh yeah, they basically mashed up Snake from the first few games.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, here it is. It was Naked Snake's face and bandana with a Metal Gear Solid 2 Solid Snake sneaking suit with the codec being and everything else from Metal Gear Solid 1, but it was David Hayter's Metal Gear Solid 4 gruffness.
And
But also,
also,
but
they
like,
they actually spoiled like a big, huge part of Metal Gear Solid 4 in that game.
yeah, with
Oh,
a with one of his
this
attacks,
is
a
a mini
mortar.
game. This is a mini game I miss. This is a mini game I miss. Race to the exit.
Oh, run! I remember this. See, I remember playing this when I was a kid. And this is always like one of the most fun things to do.
You know what I was kind of
Race
hoping
to the
for
exit.
in Smash 4 if Snake didn't come back? I was kind of hoping that they would like make an announcement and make it
Shit.
look like it was Snake, but then at the last second they reveal that it's Raiden who's coming into the game.
Raiden wasn't Raiden in PlayStation All Stars?
Yeah, because
Yeah, so I don't.
they'd given Snake away.
He probably wouldn't have come in, but if they, I would have been happy with Raiden because he's especially become awesome in recent years.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, he was the sort of the Bishi character of Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah,
They
but
still had,
Yeah, true.
I actually replayed that, and he's actually not nearly as bad as people say he is.
I think part of it, like you were saying earlier, how people were being like super negative about things.
He,
I
he's
think that was
he's kind of
Yeah.
dopey and goofy, but like
I think that was part of it. People were so
Um,
reactionary to this idea of someone who wasn't Solid Snake.
he was like
After we,
his problem was he
one
was
thing I gotta say about Raiden is, fun fact, Raiden was put in the game because I think there was a female fan who sent a letter to Kojima saying they were tired of staring at it like an older man. They wanted somebody younger to look at. So Raiden was put in basically to be female eye candy.
it was like, here's your Bishonen. Are you happy now?
Which is funny because people will talk shit about female characters put into for fan service when Raiden was literally put into the game for fan service and nobody ever complains about that. It's only bad when we do it to women. It's not bad when we do it to men. Alright, I'll be right back. Gotta go get a fourth beer.
Has there ever been a video game equivalent scene of Raiden running around nude?
well, yeah. There is a scene where Raiden is naked.
But I don't know. Has there ever been an equivalent in like anything else?
There's an equivalent in Bubsy 3D where the
Mhm.
player will eventually be driven mad by the game, strip naked, and run through the streets.
Oh, the poor fate of a Jontron. Hmm. Oh, right. Hey, hold on. We forgot an important event today. So yes, it is White Day in Japan. It's Steak and Blowjob Day. It's Pie Day. But we missed one day.
Oh yeah, it is
It's-
Pie Day, ain't it?
But it's not just March 14th. That's not right. It's the day that crabs fries.
Oh yeah, yes.
That's
true.
it. Come on, guys. We gotta go to
Okay, so
We gotta go to Shell City and get the crown.
Save the town of Mr.
save the
Krabs.
day.
Now that we're men.
Down to Mr. Krabs.
Go,
We're madly.
Would you like to see my underwear?
I love that movie.
That is one of the greatest TV show to film transitions ever, and I dare say it's one of the greatest animated movies ever made.
It's up there. It is definitely up there. And the
I love it.
Hasselhoff moments
Yep.
are just incredible.
Shit! God
Look
damn
at
it!
that bomb.
Yes,
So how many beers,
I
How
know.
many beers have you chugged so far?
This is beer 4.
Oh, come on, man. You can do better than that.
What percentage is this shit? Let me see again. Okay, it's just a 5.5%.
I was gonna say no.
It's almost 6%. It's about 6% beer.
No,
6%.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
So you might want to change that title. The Day Crabs Fries. Got to remember that day.
Well, you know, I always end up
But,
changing the title. I
But I'm going to say something about the original Smash Brothers. Those polygons that are supposed to be like the Pikachu polygons, they always reminded me of Sandshrew for some reason.
Sandshrew of all things.
I gotta say, look out for those bombs.
Yeah, like if another one shows up, I'll point it out. But yeah, there was one that looks like, to me, it looks like Sandshrew.
Speaking of Smash Brothers, in Smash 4, I've actually gotten pretty good at playing as Jigglypuff. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
that one down there at the corner down there, and to me it looks
not
like
like a super
Sandshrew.
expert or anything, but like I'm pretty good at playing Jigglypuff.
Yeah, that.
I scored like 2
Yeah.
rests
Okay, this one.
the other night.
You know what? Hold on, let's.
Oh, what? Yeah, that does
There
look
we go.
more like a. It looks like friggin' Banjo.
To me, it looks
or a
kind of like.
kangaroo. It looks like a goddamn kangaroo.
When I was younger, I always thought it looked like a Sandshrew.
It does
I can
kind of look
say
like a
that- that's
Sandshrew.
something
I
was
can
younger.
definitely see that. It's like they just took the Pikachu model, but like they couldn't figure out how to make it polygonal like that. And they just said, let's just raise his head and neck
Yeah.
a little.
But yeah, I'm just going to say, to me, it always looked like a Sandshrew. Cat, get away from the damn microphone, Cat. Go on. Don't chew on that. Go.
He wants to be a part of the show, too.
Everybody, this is Norman, my goddamn stupid cat. He's a bastard.
Hello, Norman.
He's named Norman after Norman Bates.
Oh,
He's
no
named
wonder
Norman
he's a
after Norman
bastard.
Bates.
You literally named him after a serial killer. What did you expect? Not just a serial killer, but an Oedipal serial killer.
Well, his name when we first got him, we got him from a shelter, and his name was Doyle.
Mm.
It was like, that was the worst name for a cat, or just an awful name in general, Doyle.
Doyle. Who names
And-
anything Doyle?
So I was going to call him, but his name was Doyle, and it was like, that's such an awful name, so I was going to call him Dante.
After Dante Rossetti.
But my dad decided to call.
Your dad called him.
My brother thought I was going to name him Dante after Devil May Cry, but I was thinking more of the actual, Divine Comedy Dante.
I like both of those Dantes.
I was going to say, not Dante Rossetti, pre-Raphaelite Victorian poet.
Yeah. But my dad saw how much of a psycho the cat was, because when we got him, he had literally just gotten done with like the what do you call that? Where he got his nads taken off.
Neutered.
Neutered. He got neutered, and so he was on meds when we got him at the shelter. When we got home, we realized how much of a psycho he was. So my dad named him Norman.
No, look out, it's Mr. Handjob.
Uh-oh. Not again.
Oh no, he's trying to finger me.
I just, honestly... Okay, wait, we gotta have some viewers out there. Hey, viewers out there! Got more questions? Send them to my inbox.
I have another question I've been saving.
Hi, sweetie. I'm doing the
All
show.
right, what question is that?
Well, it's a question. It's another film.
Oh,
So please don't tell me.
Kyle, say hello. Say hello to my people, my friends. Say hello. Yes, I have friends, Kyle. I know it's surprised, but I have friends, goddammit. Say hello to them.
I don't have friends. I'm not saying hello to a mic of people that don't exist. I'm sorry.
Hey, Internet, say hello
You
to my
fucking
girlfriend.
bastard.
She walked in the door.
Hello. I'm
Hi.
the internet.
Hey, everyone, this is my girlfriend, Tierney. You should know her as Little Miss Rancy Pants, the Tumblr that you should go follow right now.
Oh, I think I'm alright. Like,
I definitely follow
If
her.
you don't follow and send the follow to 5 other people, then a mysterious masked man will appear outside your window at night.
I was gonna say, is that just?
And he'll
is that
sing. He will
It's me,
sing
I'm the
Nickelback
masked man.
songs late into the night. You're not gonna get any sleep, and you'll hear Photograph like 5 times.
I was gonna say you're gonna have a hard time getting to my window to do that, but okay.
God damn it.
There's no logic in the window.
It's me.
Man.
I'm the masked man.
Don't break the chain, people.
I'm the masked man.
No, I think I'm like
I'll admit it. I'm the masked.
I'm like
I'm the masked man.
99% sure I
I
follow.
scare people in their sleep. Time to drink more beer.
I can't. The $5 like goes directly to them. Like I was reading through it. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm getting a good buzz.
You getting a good buzz? I have a question, but I'll wait for you to get back. It's another film question because I'm just a loser.
I'm here. I'm here. I was just drinking my beer. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm still here.
All right. I gotta say, rate. I want you to rate from like you did before with the Star Wars. Go through the Disney revival films and rate them from sort of like worst to best.
For the revival films.
The revival. Those are the films from 2008 to present.
I saw the card. Just go past.
I wouldn't rate them. I gotta say,
Stop to turn around. Kept going.
my favorite of them, I really enjoyed
They
Tangled.
could have given every money back.
Tangled was a really good one. Maybe The Princess and the Frog was a good one. I'm not a fan of Frozen
No,
at all, really.
I
But
enjoyed
it more than I thought I would.
I enjoyed the writing for Frozen, but maybe that
I'm
was
not
just
a fan of it, but
Wait, are
I
we talking
enjoyed
about
Olaf more than I thought I would. I
Was
liked
that-
Olaf way more than I thought I would.
We were just sort of going over the Disney revival films and what we've enjoyed of them.
I liked Wreck-It Ralph and Zootopia.
The best one, actually, no. I gotta say the best one, Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, Wreck-It Ralph. I can't argue with that. That's
The
my
only-
favorite Disney movie. Like just
The only of the revival that I haven't seen yet is Zootopia.
Zootopia is excellent.
I need to go see it soon, but of all the other revivals, I think
I was thinking of renting it on DVD, but Alright, well, I'm gonna go take a piss. I'll be back.
I
Oh, wait,
think,
shit, I gotta fight Jigglypuff.
when it comes to the revival
You
films,
bastard.
I can't say any of them are like.
none are bad, really.
Yeah, they're not really bad, but I think the weakest one I've seen is probably Tangled. It's just Tangled is just a
Actually,
very.
no, I really like Tangled.
It's not a bad
I
film.
really
Like
like
I'm just
Tangled.
saying,
I thought it was good.
like in comparison, Tangled is just kind of. It's kind
I
of.
gotta say,
I don't really
I
remember.
gotta say
much
the worst
about
part of it was the. I'm going to say the worst part of it was the advertisement. They advertised it like they would a Shrek movie.
Yeah, I can
They
see
just
why
show
they
that
did
Shrek
that.
advertisement thing.
That's honestly.
But I gotta say, it's a movie I actually enjoyed. But I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
I liked Tangled. I feel like you can look at Tangled and sort of, I guess, call it generic, and by that I mean sort of like, just sort of exemplifying the sort of the Disney princess genre
I
in a
just.
very sort of standard way. Like, here's a Disney princess film. It had one or two like shining bits to it. Like one or two of the songs have stuck with me, and Eugene I felt was a pretty fun character because I liked him more than Kristoff at least.
Yeah, okay, I can't really. I did like Eugene, but
I also loved that she was a brunette at the end because I was like, there we
yeah,
go.
she was cute. Like Rapunzel was all right. I liked her. Mother Gothel was a good villain, but I feel like she was kind of
Discount. You've said it before. Discount.
like I said before, she's kind of like a discount Claude Frollo, and the movie just really it doesn't do anything too like new or interesting. I don't remember the songs. I remember some bits of animation, and one thing I will say in the film that I think I can see why I can honestly see how it's so good that people love it. There's this one scene when her parents are letting loose the lanterns to find her, and the dad just has the most heartbroken look on his face.
And there's her and Eugene on the boat watching them afterwards and letting go their own little two lanterns.
Yeah, so it's not a bad movie. I don't think it's awful. I still think it's probably one of Disney's. I think I put it on my list of the top 50 best Disney movies, and I can't say I would take it off, but I just.
Yeah, but it's more in like from like 50 to 40. It's more like from 50 to like 51.
I can't remember how high I put it. I'd probably knock it down. I might even take it off entirely just so I could.
All right, I'm back.
On. But like,
All I need to see Zootopia just for furriness.
Zuto, it's not even the furriness, that's what I
No,
expected.
I know.
I expected it to be just a cute, furry buddy cop comedy, but it's a cute, furry buddy cop comedy that tackles racism.
That tackles prejudice and racism and police and fun characters. I really want to go see it because I think I'll have a really nice time watching it. No, but the one thing I've always been kind of interested about is Shakira. I was kind of like, huh, kind of like the safe choice for Disney. They're
You think
What's that new-
Shakira is a safe choice? Have you seen her music videos? Have you listened to her music?
No, but in comparison of her being in the public eye recently.
She's like the Latina version of Bayonetta.
Yeah, but I mean, it's sort of like the public. Imagine if they'd chosen someone like Nicki Minaj or Ariana Grande or newer like.
Disney has good taste in their pop stars.
No, yeah, true. No, what I was saying is just that the fact that she has been like lesser in the public eye of late.
Well, then this is a good opportunity for her to, get back in it. She honestly isn't in it too much. She just has a few cameos here and there, but she's good.
Yeah.
And Gazella's
they're also advertising the hell out of that song as well with the movie.
I mean, I never thought I'd live to see the day where I wanted to fuck a gazelle, but well, here we are.
I was gonna say you usually just stick with the bunny.
Oh yeah, she's hot too. And I love her personality.
I really do like the bunny.
She's super cute, and she just has like the most.
Did you see?
She has such a good personality. It's just so charming, just how determined she is, how much she believes in her dreams. I really admire that.
Okay, but what about between J.K. Simmons, Lion, and Idris Elba? What was he? Is he a water buffalo?
Sex with both of their voices. They are just Idris Elba, especially because he was in it more. J.K. Simmons only had like a few scenes, but he was good. Idris Elba was in it quite a bit, and oh god, his voice was just.
Actually, you know whose voice I've always loved?
Whose?
Keith David's.
I think everyone just loves his.
I was going back and I was like, Mass Effect, yeah. John Carpenter movies, yeah. Gargoyles of Disney.
He's got friends on the other side.
I was gonna say we also have a new invite to this conversation.
Who just joined us?
Hey.
It's my buddy Carl. He's been on the show before.
Once.
Michael, you remember Carl, right?
Yes, I vaguely
remember
Carl from like 100 years ago.
Very funny.
I decided to invite him over so that he could see me make a fool of myself by playing video games.
Like you haven't made me a fool before. Do I even need to remind you what you put me through today?
Oh yeah, I made him play Mega Man earlier, and he actually did way better than me. He actually got through the first stage.
At least not without me going on a full rage fest.
I was gonna say, has anyone made a porno of Mega Man where all the enemies are just various?
Yes.
Like here's Dildo Man.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Gonna fuck you in the ass. Da-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
That'd probably be a Star Bomb
gonna get
song.
fucked right up your asshole.
Sounds like a Star Bomb song.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. You're right. That is Starbomb.
I have to agree right there.
Starbomb was
Carl,
pretty good
so
on
do
the
you got any
first album, I gotta say, but I feel like I listened to some of the stuff from the second album, and it was basically like the first album, except less.
Wait, was the second album Player Select?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it wasn't as good. It had one or two I really liked. Like they had the Metal Gear one in Player Select, right?
Yeah, I actually never listened to the Metal Gear one.
The Metal Gear one's pretty fun. It's the same. It does the same concept as I think the Final Fantasy VII one.
I was just annoyed because as soon as I listened to it, I noticed Aaron was just singing in his regular voice, and I'm like, why the fuck didn't you use your Snake voice? Like, this was the perfect opportunity for, oh my god, hotness, I want to bang you!
Yeah, I think it works in the end for the song, but like yeah, I can see why you'd miss the Metal Gear Awesome voice.
Talking about piss and shit and fuck. Like, why? He had this opportunity. He had the
Okay,
chance.
so Carl, do you have any questions for me? Because we've been doing questions, and do you got any questions you want to ask me?
Ugh. Should have asked me that earlier in the
Ask
message.
him why he ever took that picture of himself with the body pillow and fedora.
You know what? I might as well
Because I thought
question
it
you
would
because
be
that just
funny.
seems so disturbing right there.
I thought it would be funny.
And it
It
was
was
funny, but
funny.
we're never
Wasn't
gonna
it
stop
funny?
making fun of you for it.
Mm. I don't think I've
I
ever
don't
actually put a
expect you
picture of
to.
myself up.
Yeah, hold on a sec.
Okay, give me that.
Hey, everyone! My girlfriend wants to ask a question.
All right.
Shoot.
All right.
I have a question.
Okay, you're gonna have to give her a second. She's thinking while she pours syrup onto
Okay,
her
no,
pink.
no, I got
Oh
it.
wait, she's got it. Never mind.
Okay, it's a life-threatening question. What's your favorite kind of pie?
Cherry.
Pecan.
No questions asked. Cherry.
Ew.
Oh, pecan's so good though.
Oh, you
I'm
just
gonna
got
change mine
judged.
to
You just
pecan.
got judged.
Wait, me or Steven?
Pecan is
Whoever
a good
said
pie.
cherry, was that you, Steven? Don't worry,
Yeah,
she
that was
judged
me.
me
Cherry's a
too
really
because
good
I like
pie.
apple and she doesn't like apple.
She doesn't like apple. Apple's
I
as
do.
American
I like
as
pecan.
apple pie is as American as apple pie.
Yeah.
I've legitimately gathered pecans for a pecan pie before.
Wait, hold on. Can you say
Long
that
time
again?
ago, and
Can you say that
I've
pecans again?
legitimately gathered pecans before for a pecan pie.
Okay, pecan pie.
Uh, so, Carl, this is long before I met you, but I had a friend, and this was my best friend. I met him in when I was in Boy Scouts,
You're gonna break Carl's
and
heart.
I would go over to his house all the time. Well, this is back when I was in elementary school. But I had this friend, and I would go to his house all the time, and they had pecan trees, and me and him, we'd gather pecans for his mom to make a pecan pie with.
Okay.
And
Does everyone say
so,
pecan?
I mean, pecan, I
Does
say
it-
either one. It's interchangeable with me.
I was gonna say, do Americans just say pecan?
Tomato,
I
tomato.
mean, where are you from?
From the slush lands of Canada.
He's
Well,
listening.
it's interchangeable depending on which part of the South you're from, but
Well, that's even funny
But either
because
pecan
Jeremy,
or
you
pecan.
know I'm not born from the South. I lived in like the Midwest of I lived in the Midwest of the U.S.
Well, it doesn't matter where you're from. It's mattered where you live most of your life is where you pick up most of the way you say things. Where you live most of your life, you tend to pick up
Well,
the
currently,
lane,
the
the
entire span of my life, half my life
you,
was in Oklahoma, while currently my other half of my current life has been pretty much with you here in
Hey,
Newton.
can someone send the link? He wants to join us.
yeah,
Is that
hold
just
on, I'll do that.
Do I have who on here? I could send it to him. What the fuck?
Really?
I have to.
Huh?
I have to.
Huh?
I say because
I have him.
Okay.
I'll send it to
Okay,
him.
here's a question I have. What's with the Canadians saying a boot? Is
Because
that a
it comes from the fact that the founder of Canada, he was asked by one of his crewmen what he needed to walk in the snow, and he said a boot. So then all the Canadians just started saying it. This is a true history. I didn't make this
That's
up.
terrible.
This is true history.
because I've never heard that as pronunciation here, but maybe it's just a thing where my ears don't pick it up, which is entirely possible.
It's tense. Sometimes your accent changes depending on who you're talking to because you can have a slight accent, but if you talk to somebody with a thicker accent,
Oh,
you tend to talk more like them.
have you ever
Sort of
done that?
accent, but if I,
Hello. Have you done that
I've,
where you've embarrassed yourself by mimicking someone's accent without meaning to?
Well, look who we have here. It's huh.
On to
but I was
Hello.
going to say if
on topic, I do that
you
almost
have a
every
slight
time
accent,
I'm in drive-through at work.
I
I've
will
imitated
say,
him.
I have a very, very slight Southern accent. But if I talk to somebody with a thicker accent than mine, my accent automatically changes to kind of go with theirs, and I don't do it on purpose.
I go occasionally. I've gone occasionally British sometimes if the accent is really thick.
Alright,
Max,
guys, it's time to break up this sausage fest a little bit.
Aww.
oh, I'm sorry. Okay,
Sarah
well
wants to
then.
join the chats. Where is she on my friggin'... Oh, wait,
Who
I don't
does?
have her. Steven, you're gonna have to do this one.
Who do you have? Who?
Sarah,
Who?
you.
A
Send
woman.
Sarah wants to join?
Yeah, it's a regular...
Get to her then.
It's a regular pirate pizza party in
I mean-
here.
Ha! That was the name of our show. Back then.
It was, but
Last
back
year.
back when we didn't know what we were doing.
And
You
we
totally know
we're
what you're doing now.
Still
Yeah,
don't
we
know
definitely
what we're doing.
All we gotta do is
Are
talk
you-
about fucking.
Are you implying
cryptids.
we know what we're doing?
Yeah.
I was
We
gonna say,
spent an entire episode talking about fucking cryptids. Do you think we know what we're doing?
Yeah. Tierney, you know we know.
We
you
know
that
exactly
we know what
what
we're
we're about.
doing, right? Because we were fucking cryptids.
right.
He says sure. See,
We
he
fucked
believes in us.
cryptids before it was cool. We fucked them before it was cool.
Yeah. Now everyone wants to fuck cryptids, but we did it first. We got that. We got that mythological pussy.
If you hear the Game Grumps talking about fucking cryptids, you know where they got it.
Of course, we didn't talk about the most mythical creature of all, Stuart Little.
How does it always loop back to Stuart Little?
I wish, like, I just wish that he could be a meme. I wish he could be. I wish Stuart Little could be a meme like Shrek. I know it'll never happen, but I want Stuart Little to be a fucking meme.
Stuart Little wasn't a good enough movie.
Alright, I'm done.
Stuart
with
Little was
this
great.
game.
Shut the fuck
That's
up.
not what I'm
play
saying.
fucking Mega Man. Why am I not good at Mega Man? God
I
damn
would
it!
fight
Thinking
you.
and base
I
is
will fight
really
you.
easy. Different.
Stuart Little was a masterpiece.
I'm not saying it was. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm saying it wasn't
Alright, I'll
like
be right back.
levels of
I'll be
thing.
I
right,
mean, as we all know,
I'll be
Stuart
right back. I'm going to go
Little
get
was
another
a superior
beer.
film.
I'm going to get another beer. I'll be right back.
Because James Woods was in that one, and he makes everything better with his presence.
Yes,
He made. Who
And also,
was he?
Stuart Little got a bird girlfriend, so he could finally stick his dick in something his own size.
So you know who I always liked better than Stuart Little, who was also small and tiny?
Your penis?
George Shrinks.
Is that the name of your penis?
Yeah.
Very funny.
I know.
No.
I'll be here all week.
I vaguely remember that show, though.
Vaguely, yeah. Well, I think it was a Canadian-American mix.
Did
George
Steven
Shrinks.
forget to send Sarah the link?
George
Yeah, she's
Shrinks.
here.
No, I'm sorry. It was a Canadian-Chinese animated TV series. So wait,
Chinese?
did any of you guys ever? So none of you guys watched George Shrinks.
I've never even heard of that.
I've never. Is this a real thing?
What the? No one's heard. What the fuck?
Hey, I told you, I somewhat remember it. I mean, it hasn't exactly remained in my head well, but I remember the show name, and
He's eating how are the pancakes?
He had like this, like his dad played bongos. He had like this, like car helicopter thing. There were.
I'm back, guys. I'm back.
Hello.
Beer number 5.
Sarah did show up for a little bit, but then
Number
I guess she disappeared. To nothingness. You will need a classic controller.
She's been having problems with her Google Chrome or something. I
Oh,
forget.
so she
I
just,
think
I can relate.
She's just taking a minute to get in.
doesn't she? Oh, yeah, we're using Google Hangouts. Doesn't she just have like the app downloaded and all that?
We gotta get some girls in here.
Yeah,
It's
but it only works
sausage
with
fest.
Chrome.
I was gonna say no one else will
Your
probably
girlfriend
remember.
was eating tangents in the background.
Look, it's Donkey Kong Country.
I do not remember that game well enough. I had to have Steven here remind me of it.
Donkey Kong Country. Donkey Kong Country.
Donkey Kong Country, developed by Rare, where it was used. I believe they had 3D images, 3D photos, kind of like
Oh, right,
bit
Sarah's on.
size. Hey, Sarah!
Sarah's finally
Yay!
here. Let's everyone give her a round of applause.
It took me a while to get on because I had to reset my password, and then Chrome crashed for a little bit.
Oh wait, I know
Oh,
you from
Isn't that
Tumblr.
always fun?
Well, look at this. You came just in time for some Donkey Kong cunt.
Ooh, Donkey Kong Country.
Yes. And I just realized this, but we're running like a 6-man party right now.
Oh man, we should do something.
It's fine.
Anybody have
It's
footage?
special. It's a special episode. Special episode.
666.
I
The
ate a
number.
sandwich just to.
As I say, it's like a
Is there
reverse
anyone out there
harem.
watching us who would like to ask questions? Please send them in to me so that I can tell them to Steven as he gets drunk.
Do
Could you
not,
tell that I was
not
bored?
send them to me. I am not. Wait, what?
What?
What do you want? What'd you say?
Go. Hey, what I was saying is not important. Go ahead.
But do not send any questions to me if you're watching, because I will not be reading them as I am playing games and drinking.
Yes, we're trying to see how much we're trying to get Steven drunk before he ends up passing out on stream with
This
us.
is beer number 5.
I'm waiting.
This is beer number 5, by the way.
You're not going to get anywhere with beer.
Oh,
You
by
got
the way,
any good liquor?
Actually, I can't afford liquor. This is just beer. It's like 5.5%.
I was gonna say.
Beer's good.
I was gonna say. Oh, so we all know each other on Tumblr, I think, right? More or less.
Yep.
More or less.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know.
Carl's not on Tumblr. Carl's not on Tumblr. He's just
I have a Tumblr account. I just
Just
don't do
first-
much except just view things that I'm not allowed to see
You have
because
a
people
Tumblr
restrict it to members only. Yeah.
What's your account, Alexander?
Mine is Absurdist Scribbler.
Oh.
I'm
He's been
mutuals with everyone
following
here
me for
already.
like 800 years. It took me forever to follow him back, and I regretted not doing it sooner.
Oh,
Oh, the same thing you did with me.
I spilled some beer on me.
I think
God damn it! I spilled some beer on me.
I'm
Damn it!
You're
Lick it
just
off.
Just a radical dreamer.
Radical dreamer.
I recognize the image.
Yep, the Jack Frost.
Isn't that from?
Everybody, the orgasming Bronto. The orgasming Bronto. The best image you could ever ask for.
What? Oh,
Hey, it's certified not
Lord.
porn.
it isn't porn. It's education.
It's certified not porn.
It's a historical documentation of mating. It's beautiful, and you should be ashamed that you're thinking about it with such lewd tendencies.
I was gonna say, don't worry, Michael. I think I'm actually probably like the smallest blog here, so
Actually, that would probably be me.
Hey.
Wouldn't it?
I don't know.
Oh God.
Like, wait,
oh,
like,
Jesus. Ah.
okay, for like follower. Okay, for follower count, who's got more?
Come on,
how many
guys.
you got?
Okay.
I'm definitely the smallest blog here. I only have 958 followers.
Yeah, definitely.
What?
Oh,
I only
oh.
have. You're the biggest one here. I have 600.
See,
I
I've
I have
got
636.
I got 274.
I get
I recently cracked 100.
I like get several hundred every time I make a friggin' shit post.
don't know how, but I got 753.
It's
Yes,
because you have an A+ quality blog.
Yeah.
And I have a D-.
Okay. This is going to be a terrible thing, but I'm going to play some GoldenEye online.
Should I?
No, Steven, you cannot do that. I've already seen you. Do not torture my eyes with your attempts.
Should I put the golden eye theme
I will
on?
personally drive over to your house. No.
Wait,
Should I play GoldenEye by Tina Turner?
but
By the way, this is a Wii game. This is a Wii game that still has online.
That's weird.
Yeah, GoldenEye is one of the very select few Wii titles that still has online service long after its original discontinuation.
Which is weird because Activision isn't. Is Activision still around?
Yeah.
yeah,
They still make many of the modern Call of Duty.
Oh
I
yeah.
was gonna say, Activision is owned by EA, right?
I
No,
don't
the
know.
other.
Activision
No.
is garbage? I don't know.
But this game still works online. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Multiplayer.
Activision made some great Tony Hawk
Keep
games.
this outdated first-person shooter hunk of junk game working online even after all these years. How come they couldn't keep up the goddamn GTS for Gens 4 and 5 of Pokemon?
Yeah.
Well, there wouldn't be much of a purpose.
Hey, Michael.
Same-
I'm going to tell you what I told Carl earlier, and that is that Wi-Fi service for the Wii and DS was held by a company. I forget the company, but they're the ones that maintain the servers, and it's a different thing than what they use for 3DS and Wii U. Entirely different service. But the contract with the service that held the Wii and the DS expired. Instead of renewing it, it just canceled it entirely because it would cost way too much to transfer Wii and DS over to the system the 3DS and Wii U were on than what was worth.
Oh man, I got a great joke.
Oh.
Women's
What's
rights.
it called when a furry says they're sorry?
Um.
In anthropology.
An anthropology? An anthropology?
Yep.
Steven, what game type did you pick?
Alright, so... Team
Activision.
Conflict. I already found players.
It was the
Alright, so,
Yeah, you know, one of the things that's sadly one of the things that's kind of sad with playing GoldenEye nowadays is that you can only pretty much play one game type, and that's Team Conflict alone.
that's the... Oh, god damn, I got spawn camped.
Oh, here we go.
Again.
Activision was the world's first independent developer and distributor of video games. Activision was the first indie game developer and distributor.
Look at it now.
Okay, and the parent company is Activision Blizzard.
Oh yeah, they own Blizzard, or
Or-
merged with Blizzard.
Yeah, Activision Blizzard as a merger company.
Blizzard is a fantastic company, by the way. They only make good games, so yeah. And
Yeah,
World of Warcraft.
StarCraft 3. Yeah, StarCraft 3.
Shot again.
Because that's going to happen ever, right?
I'm playing
I think
the
they
Wii
hired-
game online,
they
and there's
hired-
actually other people playing it.
They hired
I'm actually
Gabe to
playing this
say,
game with other people. Look,
we're
I'm actually playing
trying.
this game with other people. Look, there's still people who play this.
Okay, which company's worse,
There's still
Activision
people
or
playing
EA?
it.
Yeah.
EA.
I have to say EA.
I have to agree.
I don't know. Activision has a soft side only because they own Blizzard. That's literally it.
That's the only upside to
That's
Activision.
the only upside. Blizzard doesn't make bad games.
Activision made the 2 Tony Hawk games for the N64.
Oh yeah.
Those
And they're like-
were actually good. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Tony
Well, actually,
Hawk's
good
Pro
series.
Skater with
So was Underground.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater with Rage Against the Machine.
Shit, stop fucking killing me!
Did I
God
did I
damn
already
it.
say on Tumblr that today at work I saw the most Tumblr-y person I've ever
sound
seen
like,
in
I'm
real
starting to
life?
sound like my brother. Did she have problem hair? Did she have problematic
She
hair?
did have problematic hair. She was wearing a burn the bra shirt. She had a nose ring, obviously dyed hair, sleeves, tattoo sleeves, and the cherry on top. She had a vote for Bernie Sanders bag.
How do you get more of a stereotype than that?
I don't know, man. It was really weird, and that she was an asshole. She left all of her trash on her table. One of those people.
Fun.
And I kept. I couldn't get over the
Damn it.
fact that the hippie lady just
Oh,
leave all the
crouch.
shit on the table. Like, what the hell, man? But I digress.
Did you get blown up?
He got
Yeah,
crouch
that's-
killed.
You know,
I have a very... You see, I'm going to explain something, and I think I've told a couple people here. My view on the computer monitor is mirrored because of the way the camera is set up, and I cannot change it. So I'm using my Wii U gamepad as my screen, and it's very small.
Not as small as
So I'm
your-
looking at a small
not as
screen
small as your
trying to
screen
play a
is
first-person...
when you hit the capture card. From
Oh,
what
I
I've
actually
seen.
killed somebody!
I was gonna
I killed
say,
somebody!
just
And
like
then I got killed.
just like real life, we're letting the woman in this conversation only speak 70% of the time to our 100% of the time, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, Sarah. Sarah, do you got any questions? Do you got any questions you've always wanted to ask me? Something you've always wanted to ask me. Go ahead, and I'll answer it. Whatever it is, I'll answer it. This is your one chance. I'll tell you something that I would never tell you normally.
Can I have one?
Is there a Zelda game that you don't like?
Well, that's very easy, and that's a CDI Zelda game.
Okay.
Not the CD.
I've got
Oh, that's too easy.
Yeah,
That's way too easy. That's way too easy.
I know.
That's way too easy. I'll go into actual Zelda games, and I'll say Spirit Tracks. Spirit Tracks is my least favorite of the actual Zelda games.
Yeah, that's not that bad of a game. It's okay.
But
That's okay.
I'll let you ask again. Something personal. Something
I've
you've
got-
always
I've got
wanted
a
to ask me,
That's personal.
but I would never.
I got a question.
I got one for you.
All right.
How does a stud like
Alright,
you
go
not have
ahead.
a girlfriend?
Because she's germophobic.
What?
I have OCD.
Oh my God. Did you just drag yourself?
She'd be my girlfriend if she wasn't so completely OCD and afraid of touching other people.
I have
I'm
OCD.
afraid of touching other people. I could buy that.
I'm not. I touch other people. I touch
Alright.
myself. I touch everything.
Clearly.
He's trying to touch us through the screens right now.
Oh yeah, come over here, baby.
Just fondle Zeno. Just fondle Zeno, man. He won't stop.
What? Bundle Zeno?
Oh shit!
Zeno.
All right, I gotta go to the restroom. I'll be right back.
No,
I gotta go. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Do not ever say anything like that again.
What did I trip strike a nerve?
Zeno is innocent and unsullied by such things.
You're right.
Zeno is-
Don't you have a sperm or a flea or something that you can?
A what?
A sperm or a flea or something?
I have a flea. My girlfriend has a sperm.
Oh yeah.
I got my girlfriend to sperm. Wait,
That's
did I?
really weird out of context.
Yeah, I bought my girlfriend a sperm.
Was it for her birthday? Or?
I gave her sperm for Valentine's Day.
We'll isolate these audio clips.
Sperm.
Oh gosh. So what games are people currently playing?
I've started playing this old game I got for free with Jet Set Radio. It's called Hell Yeah. That game is fun as fuck, dude.
Oh, you got it in the collection?
Yeah, I actually picked it up, not knowing what it was, because I wanted Jet Set Radio for free because that's one of my favorite games from when I was a kid. Then I actually was listening to an old TDS podcast, and they started talking about it, and I heard the theme song, and I'm like, I have to play this game. This game is fun as fuck.
I have it on Steam now. I haven't played it yet. I played a little bit of Jet Set Radio, but I kind of feel like I should get a controller for it, or at least change the controls on my keyboard.
I couldn't play Jet Set Radio with the keyboard. I had to plug in my 360 controller, and I have the same. And I think Hell Yeah might be the same way because I was having real problems with it. And
Yeah,
it really...
I tried opening Jet Set Radio, and it was just like, what the fuck is going on with this keyboard?
There's just some games it has to be done with the controller. It can't be
All
done
right.
with the keyboard.
I'm back.
Next, they're gonna give me
I'm
Jet
back.
Set Radio
I
Future.
actually have Jet Set Radio. I do have Jet Set
I hope they
Radio.
give me Jet Set Radio Future for free.
Oh, my Dreamcast.
You
Play.
do. Play that. Play one of the
I
best
would, but
soundtracks of all time.
I can't play the music. The music won't come through, and my video, like I said, is only mirrored, so I can't look at my computer monitor. I have to look at my gamepad. So I can't play it without playing it completely and totally bad.
Why isn't the first game you tried with F-Zero then? Play an RPG so you can actually play this game.
I've actually been replaying Pokemon. I've been replaying Pokemon Yellow,
I'm still working on Faith.
but I didn't buy Pokemon Yellow for my 3DS. I just got my old Game Boy Color and my old Pokemon Yellow cartridge and started playing it.
Well, as I said, I can play Wii games on my Wii U. That's how I'm playing the Wii games. I'm doing it on a Wii U.
You could try Super Mario RPG.
Oh God,
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I actually do have that, and I could
Paper
go through
Mario.
that right now.
I saw it.
That's such a good game.
Paper Mario.
But I'm in the mood to play some. I'm in the mood to play some Donkey Kong 64.
Oh, that's a good game.
He
I
has
was wondering
no
if you could do
style. He has no grace.
It has no grace. This Kong has a funky face. Dude, he can stretch his arms out just for you.
I think the last thing I
This
played.
crazy Kong just digs this tune. Oh, dude, hey, Donkey Kong, the DK.
I was gonna say, what's a better Rareware game? Donkey Kong 64 or Donkey Kong 64, Banjo-Tooie, or Perfect Dark?
Viva Pinata, Trouble in Paradise.
God damn it!
I'm going to say it's a tie between. I'm going to say Perfect Dark out of all three of them is one of the best, but Banjo-Tooie I have the real nostalgia for. Same thing with Donkey Kong 64, but Donkey Kong 64 is a collectathon in the worst possible way.
I mean,
I hate to interrupt, but I wasn't actually kidding. I own Rare Replay, and that is the game that's getting the most hours out of me.
Yeah, I agree with you. The Viva Pinata game
Rare
is
Replay,
fantastic.
I mean, if I had an Xbox One, I would get Rare Replay.
Oh, it's a great
idea. First game I own on it.
It's a great game that comes with like 10 games you'll actually play. Great.
I thought, yeah.
It comes with like 30 games, but like 15 of them are from like the really bad era where everything with all the arcade games and most of them just aren't worth it. They're very archaic and don't really work modern game sensibilities.
Right.
The only time I'll ever play Jetpack is during Donkey Kong 64.
Well, Jetpack didn't actually fare as badly as some other games. Like Saberman's horrifyingly bad nowadays.
Saberman, you all know that Saberman was almost a game. They almost made that for the Xbox, the original Xbox. They almost made a real Saberman game, but it got canceled, and it was based off the engine for a Donkey Kong racing game that they were making.
Huh.
Well, I'm going to go get another beer while this cutscene plays. I'll be right back. I just finished beer number 5, and I'll be getting beer number 6.
So what Rareware title do you think really fell from grace?
What really felt right?
No, fell from grace.
Oh, I was playing Snake Rattle and Roll. That game did not age well.
You know what one's kind of like disappointing, but like if you look back in retrospect, it seems like it could have been a great game.
What?
When they were like developing Nuts and Bolts, it seemed like they developed an entirely different game and then said, no, we're gonna make a racing game instead. But there are still like parts of the old game that seem to be like for a 3D exploration and collecting.
Kind of like
I could see
Diddy
that.
Kong
The
Racing.
physics are so wonky that you're clearly not meant for this kind of game.
like when you're doing like the race world, do you go into this big like 3D open world and like there's nothing to do it? It seems like there should have been a lot to do, but then they said no, do a racing game instead.
Well, Nuts and Bolts isn't actually that bad.
There's a lot of missed opportunity. It just felt like there was a lot of missed opportunity.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's an inconsistent game. You can start it off and it'd be a lot of fun, and then eventually you'll just reach a wall with it where you continually are fucked over by the physics or some other bullshit, and then you're eventually going to realize, you know what, this game is kind of bullshit sometimes. But overall, it's not that bad. It mainly just has the stigma of being a Banjo-Kazooie game without being a Banjo-Kazooie game.
And also the beginning is sort of like, haha, look at us, it's rare, but it's not funny at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What do
Talking
you?
about nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
My college roommate actually, he likes that game a lot, or he liked that game because I'm not in college anymore. But he actually liked that game. He would argue that it's not a good Banjo-Kazooie game, but it's a good game. It's just
That's what I'm arguing.
I would argue it's not a good game, but it seemed like they had developed something to be a good Banjo game, but then they had like stopped halfway through and then just made some sort of very subpar racing game and just sort of Frankenstein monstered it all together.
He mostly liked
God damn it! What's up?
mostly liked the vehicle creation option and stuff.
That's cool. Like it's actually, Michael. I'm actually with your roommate. It's not that bad of a game. It's okay, at best.
They should have had the Banjo-Kazooie name slapped on it.
All right, I'm back.
Exactly. I think
I'm back.
JonTron. Hello.
All right.
I feel like John was a little too harsh on it.
John specifically said
Just
it should be
like
kicked
start.
on it,
I
not
mean, like, yeah, I know you can possibly be harsh, but honestly,
Wait.
the fun of being.
Which game are you saying he was harsh on?
Nuts and bolts.
and bolts.
Which game were you saying he was harsh on?
Nuts and bolts.
Nuts and bolts.
Well,
I
90%
will say
of the
this about Nuts and Bolts, and I've said it before on the show. It is a good game. It is a really good game. It's
okay.
just not a Banjo-Kazooie game.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have
I wouldn't
been
call
called
it really good.
Banjo-Kazooie.
It's
It
okay.
should have been its own thing. But it's a decent game, and a lot of kids like it. It's a fun little game.
To me, it just feels
been
like
a Banjo-Kazooie game.
to me it just feels like two disconnected games that were put together.
Yeah.
One
It should have been
Banjo-Kazooie
its
world.
own thing.
It's got its merits, but it's not a fantastic game. You got some major problems, man. It's physics.
It's a
If its
decent
physics
game.
and
It's a
engine
pretty
were a
good
little bit more
game.
polished, it'd be really good. But I actually tried sitting down and actually playing it not that long ago. I couldn't do it. I just went back to Viva Pinata.
Viva Pinata.
Yeah, the
Viva
old,
Pinata.
Did someone? I didn't even know anyone actually played that game.
I don't even know what it's about.
It's
I think it's
basically.
about pinatas.
I know
Okay.
it's about pinatas, but I don't know.
Have you ever played the Sonic Adventure 2 Chow Garden?
No.
I've heard of it.
It's
pretty much
think
that.
about that.
But
It's
still,
kind of like that, yeah. Which is why I love it, because I
it's like a virtual
exhausted
pet thing.
endless hours into that.
Interesting thing about this Donkey Kong game, Donkey Kong 64, in it, Cranky Kong calls Donkey Kong his son, but in the Donkey Kong Country games, he refers to him as his grandson.
Yeah.
Errors?
Continuity.
Well, he's Donkey Kong Jr., right?
Where's
Supposedly.
the continuity in this Donkey Kong game? I just want to smash bananas.
Actually, I think someone tried to explain the continuity. Like
It's probably
that,
not that.
Well, Donkey Kong
Hold on one
Donkey,
second. I
in
gotta
the
do
Donkey
something.
Kong Country continuity, Donkey Kong Jr. is DK64's dad, or I'm sorry, Donkey Kong Country's dad, I mean. But in Donkey Kong 64, Cranky Kong refers to him as his son, as his good-for-nothing son. So there is some continuity errors.
Well, I thought the whole idea was that the Donkey Kong, the original Donkey Kong, was like Cranky Kong, and then eventually, but you know, Donkey Kong Jr. was a thing. So this Donkey Kong from like.
Like from what I've heard,
In the country continuity, Donkey Kong is Donkey Kong Jr.'s son, so he's Donkey Kong third.
Donkey
He's
Kong.
the third. While Cranky Kong is the first.
I wonder if the
But
middle
in
one.
the DK64, nobody knows what happens to the middle one. What happens to the second?
It could be
He's
a
the third father. But in the 64 continuity, which is to understand be the current continuity, Donkey Kong Jr. is DK64. That's understood to be the current continuity.
My cat decided to come in
Deep
my room.
Donkey Kong lore here, buddies.
Oh, cat.
There's way too much lore in this Donkey Kong.
I'm glad someone said it.
Dear
Cool.
God, I didn't know that there was not. And here I was just thinking that maybe someone doing the script made a typo.
Oh man, I've got exciting news.
What?
Breaking news.
What is it?
So, have you heard that they're turning the comic book series Preacher into a TV show?
I've seen a little trailer
Yeah,
for
I
that.
heard that.
Apparently Tom Cruise is going to make an appearance in the pilot episode as a Scientologist,
Fuck yeah.
and he's going to get killed. He's killed.
Topic. I'm actually going to steal this topic from another web show. Has Tom Cruise ever made a bad movie?
I mean, probably everyone makes a bad movie.
Hang on, I'm going to his
Has Tom
IMDb.
Cruise ever...
I can't
Has Tom
remember
Cruise
who
ever-
Tom Cruise is at the moment.
Hang on, I'm going to his
For the
IMDb.
life of me, remember who
Ow,
Tom
ow,
Cruise is.
ow.
My mouse just died.
Risky Business, Top Gun.
So, are those bad movies? They don't.
Show me, but has he ever? Okay, better question. Has he ever done any poor acting in a movie?
No.
I didn't like Top Gun that much. But everybody else likes it, so I'm not going to say anything
I don't
there.
think I've ever watched Top Gun. I
Let's
probably
say-
have, but I don't remember it.
You can go to like Tom Cruise classics like Show Me the Money, which is not the title of the movie.
Jack Reacher,
I
Oblivion,
remember
Edge of
Tom Cruise
Tomorrow,
now.
Oblivion was actually kind of okay.
Rock of Ages.
Oh, good, I've got checkmate.
Rock
Rock
of
of
Ages
Ages.
wasn't that great.
Not that great.
Not compared. I've actually seen the real musical performed, and oh man, it was so fucking good.
So I learned something. I have never seen a Tom Cruise movie, apparently. Besides Tropic
Interview
Thunder.
with the Vampire, that's a great one. That one's like a classic.
Like I say,
Him
you've
and
never
Brad
seen
Pitt.
like
Him and Brad Pitt, that was the fucking gayest movie I ever saw until I watched Brokeback Mountain.
What about Top Gun?
Tom Cruise is just like, why is
You can
Tom
be
Cruise in all
my
these homosexual movies? Like,
Michael,
yeah.
you can be my wingman anytime. You can be my
Oh,
wingman.
Can we get a crazy slow motion volleyball scene?
yeah. Oh yeah, isn't Top Gun where the volleyball scene is? They all play like shirtless volleyball.
yeah.
I saw it parodied American Dad, yeah.
Dear gosh. I think like,
Okay, so wait, you've never seen any of the Mission Impossible movies?
did you ever watch?
I haven't gotten around to it. I don't see many movies. The only movies I see is when my dad's in town. And
Okay.
that's not very often.
I definitely 4 and 5 are really excellent. Like especially 4, because 4 is done by Brad Bird,
Ooh, that sounds good.
and Brad Bird is just
Okay.
really fantastic at doing
Here's
these
what we're
films.
going to do. Everybody stop. Here's what we're going to do. What is everybody's favorite movie? I'll go first, and then we'll go down. My all-time favorite movie, Logan's Run.
Oh
That's-
yeah, I know.
Love
You've said that before, and that's
apocalyptic movies. That's just my favorite.
That's
such
Oh,
a
that's
it's
kind of
such
a-
a strange choice, and I respect you for that because I like people who have strange choices for their favorite.
I saw Logan's Run when I was like 9. I definitely. It's an interesting
I
interesting
don't know
choice.
why, but it's my favorite movie.
Steven, can you explain to me that weird chrome
It's one of my
robot
favorite
in the
movies.
ice cave?
Oh, what was that? What's the line of the robot? All food must go. No. Fish and nutrients for the sea.
Yeah.
Steven, can you explain that robot?
Be frozen. All cream must be frozen. That's pretty much it.
Carousel is a lie.
The carousel is a lie.
Carousel is a lie.
I'm too drunk.
I'm not really sure.
I'm halfway through my year. I'll be finishing it momentarily.
I don't know what my favorite movie is. I've seen so many.
Okay, who's gonna go next? 'Cause
Sarah,
I know
your favorite
what I'm
movie.
gonna say.
Sarah, I know your favorite movie, and it's Dumbo. You talked about how
Oh, yeah.
you wore that
Oh, yeah, for some reason, when I was a little-
tape out.
Dumbo?
Yeah, for some reason when I was a little girl, I
Dumbo.
loved Dumbo for
Dumbo.
some reason. Even though
That was
it's
a
like one
good
of the most,
movie.
It's a good movie, but it's so depressing. I don't know why I always watched it.
All the Disney movies back then were depressing.
Is anyone? I definitely know what my answer is.
Me too.
I
So
don't
do
know
you-
my answer, so go ahead.
Sarah, your mom told
Okay,
Sarah,
my answer for just my
Sarah,
favorite
your mom
movie,
told
like
me how
my
you wore
favorite.
that tape out, basically.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
Also, when I was little, I was afraid of the Queen from Snow White.
yeah, she's pretty scary.
It's pretty scary. She turns into an old lady.
I was about 5 at the time.
Old people are terrifying when you're a baby or a young child.
Old people are scary.
Yeah,
So,
man, they look
Okay,
like death.
absurd scribbler, Alexander, what is your favorite movie of all time?
2001: A Space
Absurd
Odyssey.
scribbler, Alexander. Oh, that movie is so
Ooh.
good.
That's a good one.
I was actually talking to my Uber driver the other day when I went to see Zootopia about 2001.
I actually have amazingly about 2 years back they were doing a digital film festival, and one of the things they were doing when they were doing a Kubrick night where they were showing that and A Clockwork Orange. So I actually just went to the theater. Mind you, I had a Blu-ray of 2001 sitting on my desk, but I went to the theater to go watch it.
Well, it's different to go see it in a theater than watch it on your TV.
It was
Absolutely.
the only way to describe that was this experience.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's just
Yeah.
going to see an actual movie in the theater is different from seeing it on a television or a computer monitor.
And this is 2001: A Space Odyssey with so high, loud volume and just pretty empty theater too. So I got dead center.
One of my favorite gags from that movie has to be the space toilet. And the sign how to use the space toilet actually has actual instructions written on it. And you can find the instructions how to use the space toilet. And it's so hilarious.
Well, it's 3 shells, right?
Yeah. Hugh, what is your favorite movie?
God. If I were to had to choose, I'd probably say, well, I have 2 categories for my favorites. The one that probably surprised me the most, the one I was most happy with going to go see, at least for the longest time, was actually Pacific Rim.
Oh yeah, I like this ring too.
That's
Well,
a good
I didn't.
movie.
Well, the main thing was I expected it to just be sort of a dumb guys' night movie. I actually really enjoyed it much more than I expected to. So it's
me and Sarah actually went to see that movie with her. We went to see that movie. Her and her mom. We actually saw that movie. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
I really
liked
did
it.
enjoy it.
Actually, we didn't see it with my mom. She was.
What
What
if I
has to
had-
be your favorite part about it, Hugh?
Well, what I actually really liked about it is the fact that I expected some really cool action scenes with some interesting things and maybe some funny moments. But no, I actually really got into the characters and the story and everything.
And the story.
It was surprisingly good. Like I said.
How sad are you that the sequel has been put on indefinite hold?
It's back now.
There's hope. It's coming out.
They actually have a confirmation of a different director who will be working on it, but it is actually being worked on.
Let's see how the full Donkey Kong is
But if I were to pick
shall
my
we?
actual
Sorry,
favorite
the
movie,
game,
not just the one that exceeded my expectations by the farthest margin, probably Ghostbusters. Off the top of my head.
Of course, the original. Which other one?
Ghostbusters.
Oh, I love Ghostbusters too.
All right, Michael, do you want to go next, or?
My favorite movie is
Carl.
Guardians.
Oh.
What? Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's a great movie.
I've probably mentioned that
We did see
many times.
Carl, were you with us when we saw that?
Yes, I
Were
was.
you with
Guardians
us?
is my number 2 spot.
That is probably my number 1 superhero movie.
Oh yeah.
But for just for movies in general, Guardians is number 2, and the 2001 is right at the top.
Just.
So, Michael, what about it makes it your favorite movie?
What about it makes it my favorite movie?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
I know it's a good movie,
it's
but
like
what
a
makes it a good
combination.
movie?
It's just like a real. It's like a distillation of everything I like about movies. Like it's got comedy. It made me laugh out loud from like.
I think a way to describe it would be
It has good action. It has good sci-fi. It has good casting. It has a solid
What I like about it
story.
is that the characters, even though they were otherworldly alien characters, they felt real.
Yeah, that's it too.
Do you remember that one scene where they're flying and they see? I think it was just a giant skull that had been made into the big base.
Oh yeah, that was.
There's no setup for that. It's just there as this little piece of fantastic world building. Like it's not like here's all this stuff for it. It's just here's a really awesome little bit of the world.
Actually, in the comic books, that's their base of operation.
In the comic books.
And it's run by Astro, that dog in the spacesuit that you see in the movie?
Yeah.
He's actually a hyper-intelligent Russian cosmonaut dog from the 1800s.
As I say, this sounds almost as strange as the Doom Patrol, where at one point one of the members of the Doom Patrol was literally a sentient street named Danny the Street. As a play, Grant Morrison was like, I want to put Danny LaRue, a famous British crossdresser, as a character in Doom Patrol. So here's Danny the Street, a sentient street, who is also like a crossdresser.
Doom Patrol is such a weird series.
Doom Patrol is Grant Morrison's Doom Patrol run is incredible.
I don't read much comics. I've mainly read like Watchmen and some really big stuff.
Did you
Okay. So we've been ignoring Carl. Carl, what is your all-time favorite movie?
That's really tough to say on my part. It's really tough.
All right. Since it's really tough, what movie would you like to watch over and over that you wouldn't mind watching over and over?
Honestly, I actually did go through a phase like that long while before I ever met you. As far as I know, the only movie I ever did actually watch over and over was Shrek 2.
That's a great movie.
Yeah. I mean,
Shrek 2 has got to be one of the best.
The first
Shrek
one.
2 is definitely up there for postmodern animation.
Yeah.
It's better than Shrek 1. So.
Yeah.
I'd say it's better than the first movie.
No, I've honestly never saw the other two. I mean, I saw the commercials for Shrek 3, but I was completely not aware of
Okay, here's an unpopular opinion. I think Shrek 3 is a little bit better than Shrek 4, but it's like the beginning and the end of Shrek 3 are pretty good, and the middle is just kind of shitty.
I actually saw Shrek 3 on my birthday. That year that it came out, I actually went and saw it on my birthday.
Do you remember the part where all the princesses attack?
That's okay.
Yeah,
I still just the middle part. The middle part with King Arthur was not fun.
Hear me?
I love when you start singing that song.
I've got some bad news though.
Come to the land with the
I have to get going soon. Because
really?
I have work in the morning. I have to get up at 8 o'clock to go to work.
Well, we'll keep it
Damn, how
maybe
long
what?
has it been going on?
Looks like about 2 hours, 3 hours maybe.
About 2 hours.
You can
It's
probably
11 right now.
Damn,
I think.
I still got more beer. I've still got half a
could
case
start
of beer,
streaming.
man.
Steven, if you really want to finish that off, I could start streaming in a couple and like half hour or so, and you can finish that off while we answer more questions. If you guys want to join me.
What are you going to be streaming?
Probably just some Binding of Isaac in the background while we have sort of
got any last?
Like I say, Steven, you're just gonna have to keep drinking
stop.
until. Steven, you're just gonna have to keep drinking until the next episode.
Yeah, I got.
All right.
Nothing else to do tonight.
Here's the thing. All right, since Michael, you gotta leave. Anyone got any last questions for me before Michael leaves? Anything you've ever wanted to know about me within limits?
Yeah, let's do something. We need to have a good finale.
No one ever answered that hentai question. No
Okay.
one answered. I'm not
We need to-
answering
we-
that. I'm
we
not
need
telling
to
you my
find a
fetish.
way- We need to find a way to kink shame Steven.
That's my goal.
I'm not telling you my fetish. I'll tell you what my fetish is.
Michael,
Okay?
on a daily basis, it seems like.
I
I
was-
feel like I should kink shame the rest of my friends on Tumblr.
I will tell you one of my fetishes. I will tell you, and that's it.
Okay.
Hypnotism. Hypnotism and mind control. When the girl gets mind controlled, that is a fetish for me.
All right.
Mind control.
No,
What the
no,
fuck?
we're not allowed any more context. No, no, that's the ending point. This is too good.
Yeah, trust me. Yeah, trust me. I think that would be an ending point right there.
So everyone, now we know when we go back to our respective blogs, we'll just look at him and we'll be like, for shame.
I like how just for this point, it's just like Donkey Kong's on screen swaying his arms back and forth.
Donkey Kong is disappointed.
Hypnotized.
I think Steven's
He
trying
has
to
no style. He has no grace. This Kong has a funny face. But seriously, I'm not going to remember any of this. Know this thing about me that I shouldn't have told you. That I'm into mind control. As
Okay.
a fetish. Girls being forced
The
mind
amount of
control
things you
being
could learn about
hypnotized.
Michael by digging, it's absurd. Don't feel too bad about it.
What is it?
But the worst thing is, that's one of my lightest fanfics. That's my most vanilla fetish.
It is kind of vanilla.
I'm not telling you
To be fair.
any of my deep dark fetishes.
Yes,
I
you
don't have
are.
any deep dark
That's
fetishes.
my-
It's probably like the girl gets the girl gets an envelope and there's like anthrax in it, but like sexy anthrax.
What,
As
like,
long as they're not eating each
I'm
other.
not going.
Literally
I'm never
eating
going
each
to
other.
tell you my deepest, darkest fetish.
Why?
You never ask. You never tell your deepest, darkest fetish. That is something you take to your
That's why
goddamn grave.
That's why Donkey Kong
I think
was
Michael's
holding his
already
breath.
done it.
No, it's not. It's something you tell on the internet for all to hear so we can point and laugh at you.
It's true.
All right, other than
Everyone's
my
doing
fetish,
it.
You know, I haven't been pointing and laughed enough, and I hang around with Steven a good chunk of the
Steven
time.
He wants to be fucked by the red Power
All
Ranger.
right, all right. Since that's besides the point, and that's only the one from Super Samurai, the female Red Ranger, who was really hot, actually. She was actually pretty hot.
She is pretty nice. I can attest.
She's not bad. She's not bad. I actually
She's hardly
would fuck
in the
her.
show.
She's actually very nice. All right. One last question. No limits and nothing about my fetishes.
okay.
But one last question that you would ever want to know about me.
Anyone got any ideas?
I'm thinking.
Well, this was actually a lingering question when I was hanging around with Steven earlier today, and trust me, this question requires a little bit of context for you all to understand why I would ask this.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
But,
I'm sorry. I'm
but
talking to my roommate.
Steven, why do you have to just, like, point out some of the weird things that I do? Like, seriously.
Why do I have to point out the weird things you do?
Yes.
Because it amuses me. It amuses the hell out of me when you do weird shit.
How did this?
Hilarious when you do stuff that no normal human
Pick up
would
the
do.
trophy and get the rest for free. What are you
The most
doing?
Bizarre shit. He does the weirdest shit. When he yawns musically. He does an entire
Come on,
opera
man.
when he yawns. He's like, oh.
Yeah, we're at about 2.5 hours right now.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, jeez. You
That
know,
doesn't count. Anybody else? One last question. This is it. One last question.
Come on,
Anything
Michael.
ever
Don't you have
wanted
any?
to know about me, other than my fetishes? Anything you want to know about me, and I'll answer.
We
it.
have more. I already asked most of my questions.
I don't know if anyone's asked this, but what was your first fictional crush?
Oh yeah, who's your waifu?
My first fictional crush. I can answer that. And you, from Ocarina of Time, the Cuckoo Lady. That was my first fictional crush.
What?
Oh, I know who you're
Into
talking
the
about.
cuckoo lady
Mine too.
from
Oh, she
Redhead,
Oh,
the redhead.
all my cuckoos are lost. Won't you
Redhead
grab them
cuckoo
for
lady
me?
from Ocarina of Time.
You like to grab
Yeah,
them
the
cocks
one
with
where
the
she gathered her
ladies,
There's
huh?
amazing, but I'm
Her
also
chicken?
allergic to them.
Yeah, the chicken lady from
And
Ocarina
she
of Time.
was,
She was my first fictional crush.
What is wrong with you?
What
I
was
don't
yours?
know why, but I find her really hot. I don't know
can get
why
her.
about her. And I would fuck the hell out of her, but she's so sweet, and she
So
was my
another one of
first
your
fictional
fetishes
crush.
is southern accents.
I'm not
All
even
right.
joking about this. She's just the sweet lady, and I
Should
really
everyone?
liked her, and she
Should
was
we
my
all
first
end?
fictional crush.
Should we all end with our first fictional crush then?
I don't know
Oh,
what
God.
mine was.
All right, Sarah. Sarah, you're first. What was your first fictional crush that you can remember?
Since you're the odd one out.
I don't know. I think Mom said I had a thing for Tommy from Power Rangers.
That's a great one. Tommy's awesome. I think I might have had a thing for him.
Everyone had a thing for Tommy.
I think
Everyone had a thing
I
for
don't
Tommy.
Tommy's
remember it,
awesome.
but
What are you talking about?
Mom said that I liked Tommy.
Who's Tommy? What?
The Green
Carl.
Ranger.
Oh,
Tommy from Power Rangers, the Green Ranger.
Green Ranger. I had a crush on
All
the
right,
Green
Carl,
Ranger.
what was your first fictional crush?
You're really gonna cross
your-
that line with me.
Absolutely.
Of course I am. I'm drunk.
Hmm. I'm not okay. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I actually do not have a waifu.
sad.
Really?
I am a sad person.
It's not that big of a deal. I barely have one.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Can you remember a fictional character you were actually like attracted to, that you really felt strongly about?
Oh, okay. Now you're just crossing that. Now you're just crossing a really dangerous line.
Jesus is a fictional
That's what
character.
the stream is about.
Actually,
That's
oh yeah,
what the stream is about, Carl.
thinking of waifus.
Okay.
Not just your waifu,
Okay. You know
your
what,
character.
Jeremy? Okay. You know what, Steven?
Yeah,
You're the
strong
only one that
emotional
knows
characters.
knows what I'm about to give a hint on. But I'll see. But you are prohibited to tell everyone else until I say so. Do I make myself clear?
Sorry.
Very well
Alright.
then. Earlier, pretty much in February, I recently bought myself something.
A waifu.
Oh. Oh, I know who you're talking about.
It's an anime body pillow, isn't it?
A very special mom. A very special mom. I know who you're
Oh,
talking
I
about.
think I know what you're talking
I'm not going
about.
to name the name.
What?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
What is
Yes,
going on?
I think I remember
So
you
nobody's
mentioning that
saying
on stream
anything, but I know exactly who he's talking about, and I didn't know who you were into MILF. I did not know you were into MILF.
Sorry.
Fuck.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I know I'm too nice. I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, so now some of you know, but it seems one of you is still out.
Stephen. Or sorry, Michael. He's the only
Yeah.
one out of the loop.
Michael,
Yes.
who was your fictional crush?
Who was my first fictional crush?
Yeah.
Is it the first one I ever had, or
Yeah, probably first. Yeah.
First one you can have or like remember. So
So-
like the most prominent.
so? Wait, are you saying that like the first one I ever had in my life, or my favorite?
That you can
like
remember.
First character I ever remember having a crush on was probably Hermione from Harry Potter.
That's a decent one actually.
Nice. That is a decent one.
I used to
I
wish
won't
every
shame you
night
for
that she would be my girlfriend.
Not that I'm
No
going to
magic
shame.
is
Not like I'm going to shame Carl. As much as I'm going to shame Carl. I'm kidding, Carl. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I've had worse.
All right, Alexander.
Yeah.
Alexander, your first fictional crush.
I'm trying to think because I'm trying to remember what would have been first. If it would have been, it was like from the
First one
early
you can
days when
remember.
you used to watch like Disney on VHS. I can't remember if it was Maid Marian from Robin Hood or Sylvia Marple from an extremely goofy movie.
So either
I'm not
way,
touching
you're
that.
furry.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I think it might have been the Sylvia Marple
I
one
mean,
because she was.
Maid Marian. She was pretty hot.
Do you remember? Okay, but do you remember an extreme? Do you remember the librarian in an extremely goofy movie?
Oh, I know who you're talking about now. Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Wasn't that
Yeah,
She was hot. I'm not going to.
She was like the 70s-ish librarian who
dog
Goofy
person, she
went
was
out with.
hot.
I'll give you credit. That's actually pretty out of the box, and I didn't expect it. But she's pretty hot. How about that?
I think we actually brought her up the last time I was on the show because I we got to this topic.
I don't
What was the
remember
topic?
talking about her, but Hugh, what is your fictional crush?
Oh God, I'm trying to think what would count as my first actually. I'm trying to think if it was
First one you
either.
can remember.
It would either be probably Kimberly. You know, the Pink Power Ranger, the first one.
The Pink Ranger.
Oh yes, Kimberly. Oh goodness.
Or
The
Yuffie.
Pink Ranger, I had a thing for her.
Or who?
Yuffie.
Yuffie. Ever played the first Kingdom Hearts?
Yuffie.
Oh, Yuffie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the ninja,
From Final
great
Fantasy
ninja master.
VII.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII.
From Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, I didn't know her from Final Fantasy. I know her from Kingdom Hearts,
Kingdom Hearts.
the original one.
Talking about her Kingdom Hearts appearance.
Huh.
That's a good one. Yuffie's a good one, and so is Kimberly.
I think
I was talking to somebody not too long ago who actually knew Kimberly. I mean, the actress herself. I was talking to somebody on Tumblr not so long ago who actually personally knew the actress.
you know what I know most of the original cast aren't working anymore in the industry.
Of what?
I know the Red Ranger does gay porn. The original Red Ranger does gay porn.
I thought that was a rumor.
Yeah.
I know.
No, that's
That's
true.
not a rumor. That is not a rumor.
Of course, I think
That's absolutely 100%
everyone knows the second Black Ranger,
Gay porn.
Johnny Young Bosch, becomes a voice actor.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, Johnny Young Bosch still does work in the industry. He still
Johnny
does
Bosch
voice
is a cool
acting.
guy.
Mm-hmm. And I think hasn't the actor who played Tommy appeared in other Power Rangers?
Like 9 times, yes.
Yes.
And now he runs an MMA school, like a very successful one.
A what?
An MMA school.
Actually, whenever he appears in Power Rangers, he appears as the same character. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Tommy. He's always Tommy.
He still plays Tommy. He played Tommy in Dino Thunder, and recently, I think his most recent Power Rangers performance was in Megaforce during the Ranger War episode where they had all the past Rangers.
Was he
All
in
the
that
past
Power
Rangers, quote unquote.
Which I know so much Power Rangers. I mean,
yeah, Jason David
whoever read my blog description.
I was gonna say, was he in that Power Rangers like that 30-minute like super serious dark Power Rangers that was just put on YouTube?
Probably not, because
No, he did not. He did not. He
Didn't
did not.
one of the crew members go on there?
I believe the Black Ranger. I forget the original Black Ranger. I believe he did appear in it, but I don't remember any others. But Tommy did not want to appear in it because he did not want to taint his character, because he did not believe in that grim dark Power Rangers, and neither do I. Even though it was pretty cool.
Grim Dark Power Rangers
I am always for, even though I'm an adult, I always still strongly believe Power Rangers is a show aimed towards young children. It will always be aimed at young children. Same thing with Super Sentai.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you wanna make it all grim and dark, it's gonna be horrible.
Yeah.
You know, it'll please the people that
If
never
you want
really.
something grim and dark, listen. If you want something grim and dark, go watch Garo.
Oh, yeah.
Garo. Go watch Garo.
Watch.
Because that's something grim and dark with blood and death that you will like if you want grim and dark.
Like there's other Japanese things.
Garo is a hero transformation show like Power Rangers and Kamen Rider Super Sentai with a transforming hero.
But it's dark.
That is very dark, very sexual. That has sexual moments, and is very dark, very aimed towards adults. That if you want a tokusatsu aimed at adults, go watch Garo, which I highly recommend, by the way, to anyone listening as well. I showed Sarah the first episode of Garo, but it's very, very good. It is aimed towards adults. If you grew up with Power Rangers, go watch Garo.
I actually started watching the most recent Sentai, and it really has the same feel as Power Rangers.
Tokuger, right?
Yeah. The cube one.
The Sentai Zellriger, which is animal themed, by the way.
Oh, I thought the most recent one was the train.
Animal Sentai Zellriger.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, that's Tokuger. That's Russian Sentai Tokuger, and that was the one from a couple years ago.
Okay.
The one before that, the one after that, the most recent completed one was Shuriken Sentai Ninja, which was another ninja themed one.
Because that's never happened before.
No.
Which I am so sad they're skipping Tokuger for ninjas for Power Rangers because they filed a trademark for Ninja Steel at the time of Saban
Tokuger?
Oh man, we're not gonna have lots and lots of trains.
But lots and lots of trains. They did.
I
love the train theme in
Tokuger.
They ran the train theme in Lightspeed Rescue.
I absolutely do. Which I'm so sad because a number of Tokusatsu fans didn't like Tokuger, but I don't know why, but I absolutely loved it. I loved Russian Sentai Tokuger.
I think
it was so fun, and that was the first. I loved it, even though it was imagination, the show, but I loved it. I enjoyed watching every minute of it.
From what I hear about the show, it's actually really different. That's probably why. It's a little different in the sense that it's like powers work differently. No one has a set color, stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's 6 of them, right?
I love their ability to switch colors and switch powers between them.
Can we be the next group of? Can we be the next group of Power Rangers?
What would your
There's 6
color
of
be?
us.
What do you
I call brown.
Might be good enough in our own way.
All right, I think.
Actually,
yeah.
Michael, between the two of us, who would be red or green? Because green is usually considered the second in command.
I thought that would be blue.
Would be red or green.
Green is usually what, and red is usually what?
I guess it could be a different shade of blue.
In most Super
Girl Blue
Sentai,
Rangers
green
are light
or blue is considered the
Green
or blue is considered second in command. So between the two of us, who would be red or who would be blue or green? Between me and you, Michael, who would be red and who would be green?
I feel like Steven, with his know-how, would be red.
Yeah, I was about to say Steven would be red.
Steven would be red. I think Michael. I think he'd be blue.
Yeah. Nate be blue.
Blue or green?
I think.
Michael,
would I be? Would I be green or yellow?
Michael, I'm not going to lie, but you would make a great Red Ranger. I'm not going to lie, because you're cool, man. You make a great Red Ranger. And Carl, you make a great Blue Ranger.
That's the
What
nicest
color do you think
thing.
mine would be?
Coming from you, that's like the nicest thing anyone said to me.
Sarah, I'm not going to go with the stereotypical pink as girl. I can believe any color that you want to be is what you want to be.
Yeah.
Yellow has always been a tough color for either boys or women.
Yeah.
But I'd say you'd be yellow.
I can say Yellow Line Rangers are always real cool.
Absurdus Scribbler, Alexander, I want to say you'd be like the 6th Ranger, like the gold or whatever color. You'd be the 6th Ranger.
Oh, like the ones who like come in a bit later on into the series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your own, yeah, you have your own sword.
You'd make a great not ranger. By that I mean like characters like the what was that character from Turbo, the robot character?
Phantom Ranger.
I forget his name.
Like the Phantom
The
Ranger.
robot character from like the Phantom Ranger, not just Phantom Ranger. What's the robot? I forget his name.
Oh God, I don't even remember.
Who's the Black Ranger?
You know who I'm talking about though, right?
Yeah.
You'd be like that kind of character. The character who's not called a Power Ranger, but it's still Power Ranger. Like the Magna Defender from Lost Galaxy. You'd be like that. Like the character
Magna
who's
Defender,
not a
like the
Ranger, but
Robo
still
Knight?
a Ranger.
Yeah.
Robo Knight, yeah. Magna Defender, the Solaris Knight from Power Rangers Magic Force.
Mystic
Or
Force.
Mystic Force.
Mm-hmm.
Solaris Knight.
I can be happy with that.
The Mystic
On
Force.
Night Ranger.
You're not a ranger, but you're still a ranger. You're
Yeah,
like
one of those.
the cool guy who has a unique costume that's not one of the colored rangers.
Yeah.
An aristocrat werewolf, even though for aristocrat wolf, even though you're not here, you'd be the Titanium Ranger. You're not an official ranger, but you're still the coolest goddamn guy. Because the Titanium Ranger is the only Power Ranger that was created especially for the North American show.
That's why I'm so
Going on his
sad
drunken
that they
power-
never used him in
Going on his drunken
Megaforce.
Power Rangers rant.
Aristocrat Wolf was created specifically for the Stephen and Michael story. I'm sorry, Wolf,
Yeah.
but you're a fictional creation of this show.
That means this is a 5-Ranger team. Or actually, no, that's a full 6 Ranger team. But you have 2 6 Rangers and you start with 4.
Or one
Michael,
of
your
those.
girlfriend, Japan, she'd be the Pink Ranger. Because I feel like she'd be a good Pink Ranger. She's so sweet and
Danny,
caring.
you
She'd
hear
be a
that?
good Pink Ranger.
Pink
Tell her I
Ranger.
said that. Tell her I said that. Yeah, tell her.
I think she's tired.
What she said.
Actually, I think at this point I really need to cut this short. I gotta go shower before bed.
Okay.
So.
Okie
All right.
All right.
Michael,
Good closing conversation.
all right then. Sorry, Scribbler. When you start your live stream, let me know. Send me a link and I'll join that.
Wait, me?
Over
No, that would be me.
I'll be
over Hangout.
Not me, not me.
Well, thank you.
You actually have to be heading off too.
Thank you, everybody who sent in the questions.
What?
Mostly it was
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for the special show. Hugh, when you start your live stream, let me know so I can continue drinking. I'm going to take a piss before that.
I'll
Your
get
beer
everything set
goes
up.
straight through me.
And remember, everyone.
And who wants to join me? Who wants to join us for that live stream?
Oh, we'll
I
decide that
was
afterwards. And Michael
gonna
can
be
go to
asleep.
bed.
Yeah.
Got nothing
I
else
actually
to
have to
do.
sleep as well, but
I think I can stick around for a little while longer.
I got nothing else to
All
do,
right.
so I can join.
Right.
So I think the moral
Or
of
I'll
tonight's
send you both
story
links for that one.
is that
Don't let
Power
don't let
Rangers is applicable to
drink.
every faction of real life. Or
Yeah,
something.
of course.
I don't know. Did we really
You
learn?
know who I want to say?
Was it-
I love Takashi Zero, but he would make a great villain. Takashi Zero would make a great villain character.
Yeah, I could see
I'm
that.
sure,
I'm saying
I'm
that
sure
out
the
of the
social
purest love.
justice warrior
Takashi.
section of Tumblr would agree with you.
Takashi, man, Takashi. If you're listening,
I'll
I
message
say this
him.
out of the deepest love. I say out of the deepest love, you'd make the greatest Power Ranger villain. And I said out of the deepest love for you, man.
One of
I
those,
love you, man. Out of the deepest love, you make a great villain.
One of those transforming villains with like the Power Rangers
love you,
X
man.
design.
He'd turn into a giant pony.
Oh, like the guy from Jungle Fury who turned the lion guy,
like
the
that.
one that was transformed. Yeah, Takashi, you're the guy from Jungle Fury. You're the bad guy from Jungle Fury, Takashi. How do you feel about that?
I'll ask him how
Yeah.
he feels. I'll ask
All
him
right,
how
I
he
think
feels.
it's time to cut this off before things get
All
too
right,
crazy.
now that we're closing, any closing thoughts you want to ask me? One last question. I know I said that before. One last thing, very short answer. I'll give a very short answer, but one last thing.
Make it a yes or no.
What color is your underwear?
Yes.
I'm wearing red underwear right now. I'm wearing red underwear.
Oh wow,
And it
Steven,
is
you really
boxer
are the
brief.
Red Power Ranger.
Definitely.
I kind of want to ask,
Not red,
what would
more
the
maroon.
motif for our
For red.
what would the motif for our ranger team be?
We'll discuss that on stream. We'll have to discuss that on stream. So we.
Internet
Another time, Sarah.
Another time.
internet memes would be our motif. Alright. Thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you for Budweiser Company for providing the beer, even though I paid for it myself because I'm not big enough to get a sponsorship. This
Yeah,
is
my dad
actually
works
not
for the-
shitty beer like Pabst. Unlike Pabst Blue Ribbon, which is cheap as fuck, but entirely shitty beer, this is cheap but good beer. Thank you, Budweiser. Thank you so much for making this Bud Ice beer, which is actually decent.
Thanks, Dad.
And thank you for
you.
Chex Mix for making such delicious shit that I'm eating right now. This is some good shit.
Thank you to everyone. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Beer Miss. Merry Steak and
God
Blowjob.
bless your show.
Day.
Please make
Happy
sure,
pie,
God
steak,
bless
and
your souls,
blowjobs.
all you
men
bastards.
and women, please enjoy shoving that.
Everybody who's not listening. Everybody who's... Wait. Everybody who's not listening, fuck all of y'all. You should be listening. Join our show. Watch our shit. Or fuck you all to death. Thank you. Good night.